Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines nonstop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today and book your next adventure.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X-Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, a couple of years ago, our very own Deed Set Smith and our very own Mike Hogg had the opportunity to take flight with the U.S. Army's Golden Knights parachute team. Now, they were not going to skydive, but they were going to be in one of the planes, and surely they were going to be airborne in one of the planes piloted by a pilot who absolutely would have done everything they could to make our boys puke. Unfortunately, the weather did not cooperate, and they missed out on the opportunity. Because sometimes, you get a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The question is whether or not you take advantage of it. Take Miggs from the Daily Miggs Morning Show. He's a phenomenal drummer. And he got the chance to prove it a few years ago at Pain in the Grass when he joined Stone Temple Pilots on stage to play Sex Type Thing. Any musician will tell you that that's pretty badass. Well, now, Miggs, along with our own Mike Hawk, they are staring down the barrel of more awesomeness. As devout Seahawks fans, both of these chuckleheads will be on the field this Friday when the Hawks take on the Kansas City Chiefs. They're going to be the ambient mic holders. That's the technical name for the dudes who hold those giant plastic parabolic microphones on the sideline and very often get run over by players because they're not paying attention, Mike. Yeah. Now, look, as a football fan, I can tell you that being on the field during a game is pretty surreal. Miles and I had the opportunity when we snuck out there. No official thing like Mike and Miggs, but we did make it down there. And even though we weren't supposed to be there, it was a pretty awesome experience. Oddly enough, the Ravens were playing the Kansas City Chiefs. But that's what we're talking about today, those once-in-a-lifetime moments. Not always an opportunity, but a moment. Because keep in mind, those moments, they're not always awesome. For example, an 11-year-old girl was attacked by a mountain lion. She had never been attacked by one before. Unlikely to be attacked by one again. But that's a once-in-a-lifetime moment. And that's what we're talking about today. And our question, brought to you by our friends at Advanced Hair, is good or bad? What was your once-in-a-lifetime moment?
To be a part of the big show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like KISW on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live. And send those emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With nonstop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
Okay, hear me out. When your plumbing backs up, I want you to think of me. That's right, the Ted Smith. Because my name means money-saving discounts. The Ted Smith is going to save you $100 when our pals at Piggy's Plumbing clean your crappy sewers. Yeah, they call me Old Sewer Smith. And that means you save. So when your plumbing backs up and things get stinky, say my name. The Ted Smith, Piggy'sPlumbing.com.
When your plumbing backs up and things get stinky, call Pinkies.
This summer, chill out with Klostaller, the original game changer in non-alcoholic beer. Whether you're into crisp and classic, bold IPA vibes, or that fresh grapefruit twist, Klostaller's got a flavor to match your mood. And hey, want to ride with the pioneer of non-alcoholic beer in a new way? We're giving away a custom Klostaller beach bike. Just text BIKE to 833-426-1559 for your chance to win. Klostaller, natural brewing, refreshing living. No purchase necessary. U.S. residents 21 plus only. Restrictions apply.
Well, so away we go. Welcome to the 20th anniversary season, episode number 4,371. What a large and in charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat. Once again, we're going to sit and spin. Today, according to an argument online, are these the 10 worst songs ever?
All right, so when you say worst songs ever, is this like popular music that's played on the radio? Is this the Barney theme? Okay.
Yes, it is.
All of that.
No Barney theme.
Okay.
So these are songs that have charted, that are, been popular and culture.
Okay.
Not that Barney is not. It's just,
his music, right.
Correct.
All right,
That's the theme song there. These are actual songs where these people do this for a living.
My daughter, some song came on over the weekend. I do not remember what it was, but I was like, God, I hate this song. So my daughter immediately asked me, this is her litmus test, do you hate it more than Every Rose Has Its Thorn? And I said, no. That is absolutely the bottom to me. That is the worst song that any band has chosen to release as a single, and other people liked it. And she said, why do you hate it so much? I was like, baby, we don't have time for me to explain it to you. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
I just don't.
I think the more time goes on, sometimes it's easier to digest songs that you initially hated.
It absolutely
years ago.
Not that one.
I know.
I hate that one more every time I hear it.
That is the weird thing about it. Over time, you go, you know what? All right. It's not the worst. It's not my cup of tea, but it's not,
Sure.
It's not as bad as I remember it being.
Like, I used to think Under the Bridge was one of the worst songs ever. I believe it is the worst song that Chili Peppers have done, but I don't hate it nearly as much.
Right. Like, even growing up, I could not get past John Mellencamp, Jack and Diane.
All right.
Because it opens with sucking on a chili dog. Mm-hmm. And for me, you just lost me right there. You don't suck on chili dogs. I mean, is it a euphemism for something else?
I would assume.
But
because everyone else eats them.
Being from West Virginia, sucking on chili dogs.
Yeah.
It's like, shut up. Like, come on. I mean, really? Are you making fun of us? Is this just some
You
joke?
took it personal.
Yes, exactly. Sucking on chili dog. Like, no one sucks on a chili dog.
Wait, did Jack and Diane have anything to do with West Virginia?
No, absolutely nothing.
But you just
I
decided
was just
it did.
so hickified, I hated it. You know what I'm saying? No, I listened to it, I go, all right. Not to worry. It's just about two kids who,
It does start with Little Ditty.
Yeah, little Ditty. Little Ditty. Sucking on chili dog. Like, come on.
How do you say it's about West Virginia without saying it's about West Virginia?
Seriously.
Little ditty about sucking on chili dogs.
Going to ask my sister out. Come on. The 10 worst songs ever. Coming up. We'll sit and spin at 4:30.
Ted, is there a song you hate more than Mambo Number 5?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Really?
I'll stick with Mambo Number 5.
Okay.
Every
rose has its mambo. That should be the combination.
There's a Chili Pepper song that I don't like, and a Billy Joel song, but I know why I don't like them.
Okay.
It went back to
it's like a time and place.
Mm-hmm. Correct. Family member to past. It was the first song I heard. So it's very,
That's
you know
fair.
what I mean?
It's not that the song sucks, but
Correct.
the memory.
Whereas Mambo Number 5, I'm just like, God, that song just sucks. There is a couple memories attached to it, but mainly I was just like, you couldn't get away from it.
Right. Which is inexplicable.
There's been a lot of dumb songs in our lifetime.
Sure.
But it's just like when you listen to them back, I'm like, all right. Like when that song Walk Like an Egyptian came out in the 90s.
Stupid. I don't hate it, but it's dumb.
Yeah. There was so much dumb music that was coming out like every once in a while. Even if it was just like putting on the Ritz or something.
But that song's funny.
I know, but something
that song is
something that would
fantastic.
never even make it in
Right,
the
not
world
really. If y'all blow and
I
you don't know, come on.
Just the dumbest crap ever.
Oh, yeah.
Would somehow make it into the lexicon of like culture. And
You don't want to hate two of them.
we don't really have that as much.
99 Loft Balloons was so stupid to me. And people are
All
like,
right.
hey, man, it was about war. I'm like, look, I'm not. This has nothing to do with what the song's about. I'm saying the song itself sucks. Call Me Al.
That was
Paul
stupid.
Simon. That's
Whip It from Devo.
very stupid, but at least it was catchy.
Yes,
You go like,
I understand.
I like Call Me Al.
do you?
Well, I was
There's
like,
one part I
dun,
listen
dun,
to.
dun.
Honest to God, so I hate the song. And
Isn't that the one that had Chevy Chase in it?
Yes.
the video?
The video did, yeah.
But there's one part of that song. Because Paul Simon's using his, African backup band to let you know that he's deep. But there's a cat that plays a fretless bass, and he does a cool breakdown. And I'm like, that's one of the
Okay.
coolest things I've heard. Unfortunately, it's in the steaming pile. It's like finding a diamond ring in a pile of ass.
Like every genre has, you hate every rose has its thorn.
I do.
I hate when the children cry.
Okay, well, that's a stupid song.
Exactly.
I mean, that's
Same
really
idea.
bad.
Slow song.
Little child.
Average band.
Like we said, though, I still have a challenge with that song. Is there a stripper good enough to strip to that song and we still think you're hot?
Yeah.
No, there's
Yeah,
not.
Right. Now, I walked into a bar in my neighborhood this past weekend. They were playing Creed Higher.
It's just cheesy.
I was like, all right. You know what? You know what? This is all right. I was like, they're coming to town.
Yeah.
This is okay.
I'd also have to throw my
I really
name
did.
is Luca.
I was like, this is
on
not that
one.
bad. You know.
My name is Luca.
Shut the F up.
I think these songs today are a little bit more current
All right.
than not.
I know I'll like some of them.
I know I will too.
I'm going to guess Friday's probably on there.
Now,
Look, I don't even really know the song. I think I heard it once because we played it on this show, and it was bad, but I didn't hate it because I was not exposed to it as apparently everyone else was. But that poor girl, Rebecca Black, or whatever her name was.
she got killed.
Yeah, I mean, people are like, we hate you. I'm like, well, look, the song sucks.
And
It
she
does.
was like 13.
I know.
What did we had?
You know what I mean? Outside
Right,
of Michael
yeah.
Jackson, the Jackson 5, teenagers don't put out music the rest of us.
Hanson.
Hannah Montana, somebody, but yeah. All right.
But
Damn it. But like we had that poll. Like
I don't need that today.
your
man.
intro music, what was it, like Baby Shark?
Yeah.
What was the Fox song?
What does
the
the
fox
fox say?
Yeah, see, like, right, yeah, exactly. By the time we got done with the end of the show, I'm like, kind of like all these songs.
It's just beating in your
I really
head.
do. Like,
Well, and look, I
Let
blame-
It Go was not as good. I don't like that as much.
I blame sports teams too, right? Like the Baby Shark song was already massive. Then the Washington Nationals, that was like their song the year they won a title. Edmonton did it this year. I was like, I don't like the chaperone person. Then every time they kept winning, they kept playing Pink Pony Club, and now I'm like, you know what? She's kind of good.
Yeah.
So like,
It's not.
the Blues, the St. Louis Blues, when they play,
Shouldn't be a blues song.
no, but it's some old song like about a woman or whatever. Same thing. They were like bottom of the league. We're hammered in a bar and heard it. One guy goes, that should fire us up.
Right,
And
right.
they stuck with it.
Yeah. Now, Sit and Spin coming up at 4:30. Now, today on the question, we're going to talk about your once-in-a-lifetime moment. Those can sometimes be good. Those can sometimes be bad. And immediately when I hear of things that I have experienced, I put up my warning flag right away.
What do you mean?
Well, okay. So Ted went snowmobiling, almost died.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I were to go tell Ted, hey, guess what I'm doing this weekend? I'm going up to Chelan, get some snowmobiles. We're heading
Yeah.
to the mountains. The first thing he's going to tell me is, dude,
Be careful.
be real careful. Don't die. If I'm going down to the dunes in Oregon, and I tell Mike I'm going to do that. I'm going to get on a four-wheeler. And I'm going to plow through some dunes. He's going to go, dude, be very careful. It changes every day. Don't die. Now,
Also, the snowmobiling sucked even worse because Miles, of all people, was like, hey, I'm dead serious, man. Those things are really scary. And I was like, yeah, but that's scary, man. It'll be a blast. And then like, I got back, I think it's Sunday, we were coming back. He goes, how was it? And I said, you're right, that I almost died.
yes, I took one underneath a fence on a farm. So the snow was probably 3 or 4 feet high.
Yeah.
My blades were 5 inches underneath the top of the snow.
So you clipped the top
I
of the
clipped
fence?
the top of the fence, and I went flying like Superman, probably 50 yards.
Unlike Superman.
I still remember, like, when am I going to stop? Because it kept sliding. Because I was going 45, 50 miles an hour.
When am I going to
I
stop?
was sliding, seriously. And then when I got back to the snowmobile, it was completely mangled. So Steve and I have been on an NFL field before. What you do not realize is you cannot get on your phone you cannot do anything but completely focus on what is going on in front of you and the game. Now, if you're a player and you're back on the bench, that's one thing. All those guys who are standing up in that area between the 35 and the 35, they're all watching the game.
Yeah.
They're not their backs turned. You have to watch the game. Guys, even if it's a running play and guys are, I don't know, faking a pass pattern on the outside, they'll take the outside route and just try to spread the field out. So they're running down the sidelines and they're flying. Yeah. And those guys bump and they push and they do everything else.
Dude, if you work the chain gang, right?
Dude,
if you're the
you
guys
see
that
them
hold
get
the
wiped
chains
out.
in high school,
Yeah.
that ref will come over at least 2 to 3 times before that game starts and goes, if they get even close to you, drop them, it's fine.
Just get out of the way.
Get out of
Seriously,
the,
man, because they will.
Miles is right. That's high school. So NFL is, 20 times
To
faster?
give you an idea how fast they are.
You cannot believe.
And this isn't even a joke. And we were there, oddly enough, Mike. It was Kansas City. And the game goes to overtime. The Ravens lose this game, and they lose it on a kickoff. They start overtime. They kick the ball off. The guy from KC gets the ball. He breaks to the outside, the sideline we're on, and he is flying up the sideline. This is a human being. When he ran by us, there was a breeze. And I thought, God, Jesus Christ, if he had been pushed out of bounds or something like that, he'd have wiped us out. You cannot believe how, on TV it looks like one thing because everyone's fast.
Yeah.
They would say, when you go to New York City, none of the buildings look tall because they're all tall.
Sure.
Same thing on NFL. When you watch them in real time, and this guy came flying up the sideline, I'm like, oh, my God. But when he went by, seriously, there was a breeze from this man. And then the Ravens trying to track him down, and I'm like, oh, my God, I cannot. And we were maybe 4 feet off the sideline. Something like that. But, yeah, seriously, keep your head on a
as soon as we found out that you guys were doing this, the first thing I said to Castle was, holy cow, they have to pay attention. You don't even realize how much attention you have to pay. Because, number one, your job, because you're holding these microphones up, your job is to get all the cuss words onto the Kansas City Chiefs radio network.
Oh, very good. Okay.
So just so you know, Mike,
that's
you're
your
going to hear
job. That's your job.
More N-bombs than you ever. Trust me, my brother tells me, he's like, look, man, between the plays, some brothers have some things to say to each other.
Okay.
And most of that does not make TV. But when he explained to us what he hears after every single play, we're like, oh, my God. He's like, you get used to it. But you have the parabolic mic, so it picks up everything.
Damn.
Yeah, try not to laugh.
I was just going to go, chat it up with Gardner Minshew the entire game.
Yeah. I cannot remember who it was. It was either like Dante Hall, whoever blew by us.
I think it was Dante.
You couldn't even see him. I mean, it was just you could not see him. Gone. That's why these camera guys that are, whether they're, taking just telephoto pictures or they're running cameras or whatever, it's a danger zone. And when you get outside of those 35s, that's where the people are not paying attention.
Well, and even Lynch got hit last week.
Yeah.
That's why he went through that forearm shivvy.
Yeah.
Because he was like, I ain't going down.
No, man. It's a hard man to knock down. So.
How many photographers do you see get blown up in the end zone?
At least one a season.
Because they got to keep their assignment. They're obviously getting a great shot, but typically if the guy runs into the end zone, they will try to slow down and change their path, and you kind of clip them. When you have a receiver's looking over his shoulder and catches it 9 yards deep in a 10-yard, when they turn around, and the guy's still taking pictures, to their credit, man. And then you always see it. Then they try to hustle. And I'm like, it's too late.
And all the people that are outside of you, just remember this. They are really somebody. Take a look. It might be an actor. It might be a musician. It's definitely a physician. There's those people, too. But, I mean, you don't know who's in Seattle, who's on that sidelines. It could be, I don't know, it could be Trent Reznor since he's in town tonight. It could be the guys from Crete. You don't know. Whoever's in town gets a special invite. So
Guy Fieri.
You'll recognize Guy Fieri.
Yeah.
That is not a guy who's going to blend into the background.
You will be able to smell Taylor Swift off of Travis Kelce. Because I bet you'll be
here somewhere.
Because you're either going to be on, see, that's the thing. You could be on the Kansas City side.
Oh, yeah.
You could be on the Seahawks side. So, depending on where they want you to be, because it's a Kansas City radio network, I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if there's a difference in that. But for whatever, you're not you might be designated on that side.
Right.
It's still cool. How stoked are you, though, man?
Cool
Dude, I'm jacked. I'm trying to go through everything that I need to in order to get, credentials and whatnot, but the link that they sent me is expired.
How much earlier do you need to get there?
I need to be there at 5, they said.
And it starts at, 7?
Yeah.
I'll give you $20 if you just walk up to Kelsey and try to smell him.
God.
What are you doing? You know.
I would also go home tonight and hold up a 35-pound plate.
Yeah.
Just
Just get used to holding it.
Wear a Kermit the Frog shirt.
Oh, my God.
Come on.
Come on,
Come
Miles.
on. That would be awesome. You know what I mean? Just like,
Hey, Patrick, what's going on,
the
man?
people who get it will get it.
Well, first down.
Everyone would get it.
Maybe you can have them
First
sign
down,
it.
Kansas City.
Dude, I have a Taylor Swift shirt you can wear.
No, Miles.
I
I'm
do.
not going-
I have a Taylor Swift
Why do you
shirt.
have a Taylor Swift shirt?
Because I got it from a package of Taylor Swift stuff that I was given with a deluxe box set and some other stuff. I swear to God, I do.
I know you do.
I do.
I've seen you wear it.
I really do, yeah. I can bring
Tell you
that
what,
in.
though, if you do get run over or somebody gets pushed into you, be like, I blew out my knee. Like, how'd you do it? It's like, I was on an NFL field.
Right.
You just leave it like that.
That's what you gotta say.
You don't,
Patrick Mahomes.
but you don't say you're holding a microphone. You just say, I did it on an NFL field.
Did it out there on the gridiron.
Can you tell me
There
more
you go,
about
the
it?
gridiron.
Yeah.
gridiron.
Happened playing ball. I just let people believe
in
it.
the ball game that I was in.
Our question, good or bad, what was your once-in-a-lifetime moment or experience? 206-803-ROCK.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines nonstop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today and book your next adventure.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
Okay, hear me out. When your plumbing backs up, I want you to think of me. That's right, the Ted Smith. Because my name means money-saving discounts. The Ted Smith is going to save you $100 when our pals at Piggy's Plumbing clean your crappy sewers. Yeah, they call me Old Sewer Smith. And that means you save. So when your plumbing backs up and things get stinky, say my name. The Ted Smith, Pinky'sPlumbing.com.
When your plumbing backs up and things get stinky, call Pinky's.
This summer, chill out with Klosstaller, the original game changer in non-alcoholic beer. Whether you're into crisp and classic, bold IPA vibes, or that fresh grapefruit twist, Klosstaller's got a flavor to match your mood. And hey, want to ride with the pioneer of non-alcoholic beer in a new way? We're giving away a custom Klosstaller beach bike. Just text BIKE to 833-426-1559 for your chance to win. Klosstaller, natural brewing, refreshing living. No purchase necessary. U.S. residents 21 plus only. Restrictions apply.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK from the Pinky's Plumbing Studio. You're in the men's room.
Our question, good or bad, what was your once-in-a-lifetime moment? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Joe. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
First of all, Thrill, I just want to say I'm with you on that song. It's awful. It's like
Every
nails
rose
on-
has its thorn? Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's awful.
It really, I don't know why I hate it so much, but I know that I do.
Seriously, not as bad as when the children cry.
I don't know, man. It's up for debate.
I mean, you're talking about children crying.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
At least they're trying to make a point.
I guess.
Children cry, Miles. You wrote a song about it.
They cry it, yeah.
So what was your
Anyway,
once in a
guys, so,
lifetime?
yeah, I went out to that Aussie Black Sabbath show.
The one in Birmingham?
Yes, the recent one, yeah.
Nice.
So first of all, leading up to it, I spent 8 days in Egypt exploring temples and pyramids.
That's kind of awesome.
Did you go to the Kentucky Fried Chicken?
I didn't. I saw it, though.
All right,
I didn't
okay.
see it. I
That's
didn't
right
go
there.
But wait, you can see it from the pyramids?
Yes.
Yeah, you can literally see it. From the pyramid complex.
All right. I'm just curious, right? 'Cause I've heard it mentioned. And look, every picture they take of the Egyptian pyramids would have you believe they are in the middle of nowhere. Then I hear about this KFC basically across the street, give or take. Does it kind of not necessarily ruin the experience, but is it kind of, I don't know, surreal to be looking at these ancient temples, turn around, and there's Colonel Sanders smiling at you?
Well, no, the funny thing about the pyramids is they're not in the middle of nowhere at all. They're actually right next to Cairo, which has 10.2 million people. And it's just miles and miles of these apartment buildings, endless miles. So it's actually not in the desert at all. It's like right in the middle of the city.
Would you recommend Egypt?
I would, yeah. I would recommend Luxor more than Cairo, though. Luxor is where all the cool temples are. Okay. And, right. It's a dirty city, and it's really crazy, and people drive crazy, but it was definitely worth it, yeah.
All right. And you spent 8 days there. Wow. Okay. So was Birmingham part of the plan initially, or did you just tack that on?
No, I planned my whole trip around the concert.
Yeah, but that's kind of an offshoot there.
Yeah.
That's nowhere near where you were going.
Well, it's funny because it started off I was going to go to Rome in Italy, and then I was like, well, I'm going to go to Rome and then Egypt, and then I just kind of dropped the whole Italy part of it and just went to Egypt and then Birmingham.
How was the food?
In Egypt or England?
Egypt.
Oh, it was amazing. It was awesome.
All
The food was great.
How was the
shawarma and all the local stuff was it was delicious.
Yeah, I thought food in Africa was awesome.
All right, hang on. How was the food in Birmingham?
I mean, not that great.
That's what I figured.
How could it be that bad?
What?
Just the food in it. Like, you'd think that, like, look, people in West Virginia, they're not all toothless.
Sure.
But they really do try in schools to combat the problem.
Sure.
So they do dental hygiene classes, which I've never heard of before, where they come in. They teach you how to brush your teeth. They teach you how to floss. They do the fluoride swish.
Yeah.
They do everything they can just to combat the stereotype. You'd think someone would go to England and go like, look, we can fix this problem. It's easy. It's food.
No, England figured it out, though, because even the English go, look, other than fish and chips, our food has got awful. We know this. So when you go to England, honestly, like Indian food is everywhere.
Right.
That's the thing.
How come there's no Italian food?
I mean, you can find it, but Indian is like where you find Mexican and Italian in the States. It is predominantly Indian food you get in England. And they're like, look, that solves our problem.
Fine. That's great. I'm just saying.
Why should we try?
You think there'd be a variety of all kinds of different things.
But the thing is, just in general, like I'll eat English food, but it's basically you have English breakfast, sausage roll, and fish and chips.
And you are done.
Yeah, I didn't eat any English food when I was out there practically.
Right,
I ate all.
Yeah, the Indian food's phenomenal. One of the best meals I ever had was in London, but it was Mediterranean toppings.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Oh, see, that sounds great.
That's their go-to. So I think England's position is like, look, we don't need to fix it because we got it's like an international food court here. Don't eat our stuff, but we got everybody else. And
so are we ever going to see the light of day on this concert? So will there be a day where we can watch this thing?
Probably.
When Sharon figures... I think they're going to release it. They're going to release like a shortened version of it for the theaters.
Okay.
And how long was the concert?
It was about 11 hours.
Wow. Who were some of the more notable performances we haven't seen the footage of yet?
Okay, so there was these super groups, and one of them had like Ronnie Wood, Tom Morello, what's his name, Steven Tyler. All these people were on stage together performing songs, and that was amazing. But really, when Ozzy got on and when Black Sabbath played, it was like, there wasn't a dry eye in there. There was people crying. When at the very end, when Ozzy gave a little speech and said, "This is the last song I'm ever going to do," and they played Paranoid, and he goes, "Go effing crazy one last time," and everyone broke out in a mosh pit and stuff. I mean, that was one of the best moments of my life.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's pretty awesome.
Jason Momoa got in the mosh pit with us.
I don't know if I'd want to be in a mosh pit with him.
Did you try to body check him? I hate Aquaman.
It was pretty fun. But then also just walking around, I met Jakey Lee, like on the street in Birmingham.
Oh, nice.
I met Tom Morello. So
he's a very nice
amazing experience.
Yeah, Tom Morello's a really good
both
guy.
Very nice.
Did it really hit you harder when Ozzy passed? Because it wasn't much long after that show that his time on Earth was up.
It did, yeah. Because now that I look back on the footage, and then when he's saying this is the last song we'll ever play, and it really was. That was,
Did you?
It hits a little different.
See,
now. Yeah.
You did buy a concert T-shirt, right?
I did, yeah. I got a couple shirts.
That's what I was gonna say. That's one of those shows where I'm going to stand in line.
Yeah, correct.
I'm buying a T-shirt. Sure.
Yeah, the whole thing was worth it. I was right up front, the very, very front in the gold circle. I got lucky to get tickets. It was just the whole entire 2 weeks I was out in Egypt, and that concert was like definitely once in a lifetime experience.
How hard was getting a room?
The room wasn't bad. I mean, I stayed about a 25-minute drive away, so it was pretty easy for me to get a room. And I booked it right away. I mean, as soon as I heard about the concert, before I even got a ticket, I booked a room.
Now, did they try to gouge you?
It was actually pretty reasonably priced, but I think that was because I literally 5 minutes after they announced the concert, I booked a room.
Oh wow! Okay,
I mean, you're not wrong. It's just very rare in life you'll have an artist that big.
Yeah.
That meant so much to a lot of people in that genre that is like, I'm doing one last concert with all those people. So, I mean.
And you mean it.
Right. Like that. I don't know. We'll get a few calls today. That's pretty once in a lifetime.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So Castle said that obviously Oasis. So they were coming to play there like maybe a week later or whatever. He said, but the town was also abuzz about ELO. He said he couldn't believe it. He's like, there's ELO crap everywhere. And I was like, ELO? And I guess they played one of their final shows.
Yeah.
In Birmingham because they were supposed to play in London and canceled. They canceled their farewell show.
Right. Their final show ever.
The final show ever. They canceled it. It's just nuts. I'm like, that's the last one? This is the band I want to see?
Well, it's funny. You're talking about concerts. My Lady Gaga was in town last week, right? And my daughter, to reward her, she's putting some work this summer, so she didn't know it. But I said to my wife, look, take her to Lady Gaga. Do not tell me the cost of the tickets. My wife said, you do not want to know the cost of the tickets. I still don't know. Don't care. I know it sucks. But she said, we have never seen our daughter. She showed me a video from the show. We have never seen her that happy in our life.
Does she know the songs?
She knew every song.
Awesome.
But she was,
awesome.
So I just told my wife, I said, look, whatever you spent, it was worth it to see that girl that freaking happy. My wife's like, dude, because I did not go. I had no interest. She said the show was phenomenal, blah, blah, blah. I said, look, make sure she gets a T-shirt. I know the T-shirt is going to cost $12 million, but because it's such a big deal to her, since you can't get ticket stubs anymore, I was like, get the shirt to make sure you remember. Anyway, it was a climate pledge, and my wife said, I got one cocktail, and we got our daughter one bottle of water, $47. Wow. I was like, are you kidding me? She's like, no. She's like, I can't remember what she got, but a martini, whatever the hell it was, and a bottle of water, $47.
Right.
Like,
Jesus. I got McDonald's.
Christ.
I'm doing a health thing. So I got McDonald's for dinner last night.
Yeah,
it was
nice.
$32.
See, that's crazy.
$32.
What did you get?
I got a Big Mac. I got a large fry. I did get the 20-piece nugget and a large milkshake.
That's a solid meal, dude.
That is a very
I still have nuggets left in the fridge. Yeah. I'm good to go. $30.
Yeah.
I'm like, $30? Wow. $30.
That's ridiculous.
That's crazy. Good or bad, what was your once-in-a-lifetime moment? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Brock. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
So, hey, Miles, I appreciated that ride yesterday. That
Oh,
was
hell yeah,
a
man.
really good time,
Yeah,
man.
man.
You're a better dude in person than you are on the air, for sure.
Well, that's hard to beat.
And did you get that McDonald's at the corner there after you left the golf course?
No, I waited until I had to go get my hair cut. Then I went down there and did that.
All right.
Did you guys play golf together yesterday?
Yeah. He was matched up with one of my closest friends, and I
Jordan.
met him on the back nine, so I played 9 holes with him.
Yeah,
How did he do, honestly?
He was good. He's funny because by then he got a little lit up, so he was having a good time. And he's a happy guy when he is, so he was having a good time.
That's why we do it.
He's a good golfer. He's a really good golfer. He outdrove me most of the day, or pretty much every shot. So no, he's good.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
How much did you pay him to say that, man?
A lot.
So I was a photographer in my 40s. I did weddings, family portraits, stuff like anything I can make a buck doing photography for.
What did you hate taking pictures of most?
Weddings, because the people, they're stressed, and it's like, we're just here to have a good time, aren't we? And they're the broadzillas, and you know how that is. So.
Yep. Okay.
But the most fun was doing like senior portraits, because they really wanted their photos taken, and most of the time it was a lot of fun. So.
And you already know, based on your age, like, boy, you're going to regret wearing that one day.
Well, no, I meant like a graduation, senior year kids.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We all look back and go, Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah. We don't look anything like that, that's for sure. But so my daughter went to school with Rod Marr. He's the photographer for the Seahawks.
All right.
And I met him through them. and he knew I was a photographer, so he invited me to 3 different events. One of them photographing the Sounders on the field. The other one was the Seahawks, and that was just amazing. I wasn't getting paid or anything. I just got to bring my camera and just photograph the game, and it was so fun. Even afterwards, I went in because the pass gets you into when they do the afterwards press conference and stuff like that. So I heard, and this was back in 2012, so it was a good team.
That's a good time.
Yeah.
Where do they position you on the field? Are you in one of the end zones, sidelines, or what?
Yeah, I was in the end zone. But at the beginning, you get to walk around, and I'm right behind Sherman and all those guys. It was really cool.
Yeah.
And it was actually a special game because it was military, so they're everybody's in outfits, and it wasn't just a normal Sunday game. So, and the other thing though is he photographed the cheerleaders calendar, and I got to go and do that with them. Where
for real.
Yeah, no, and I got to reflect the light into and stand right
into their eyes.
It's
their eyes.
Yes, their eyes.
Exactly. Yes.
Brock, we need the light a little higher.
That's right. Yeah.
There we go.
No, those eyes.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing was though at the end, there's a bunch of cute ones, but I kind of liked this one, and he goes, "Oh, Brock, we should get a photo of you guys together." And so he takes a photo with me, and he shows me, and I look like this dirty old man standing next to this girl.
Because you're a dirty old man standing next to the girl. That's exactly it. Yes.
Yeah.
That's why an elephant looks like an elephant when you take a picture of it. Yeah, that's exactly the true representation. It's like when people say, "Man, I never look good in photographs." Like, do you want to tell him? I'll tell him, like, you don't look good.
But you're always excited.
They took a picture of you. God, I photographed poorly. It's like, it's not, you photograph fine. Your general appearance, you look like that. This is what we all see. You know what I mean? Dude, that's what you look like.
It's kind of weird though in the cheerleading world. Mm-hmm. Like if you have a cousin that plays NFL football, or in your case, your brother.
Yeah,
that's all exciting and it's cool. But for whatever reason, if you know an actual cheerleader, it's like, oh, dude, I know a cheerleader for the Ravens, for the Seahawks.
We used to work with a Seahawks.
For some reason, it makes me more excited than
that was cooler
than if you know a player. Like, not that it's not exciting to know a player.
Sure.
I'm just saying, like, one of my wife's first friends when we first moved out here was a woman who was on the cheerleading squad, and I was like, this is too much.
Right.
I'm like, this is amazing, and you have all these friends that look like this. This is so much. This is insane. I was telling everybody,
yeah,
I know Teresita. I go to her Christmas party. Look at her. She's on buses.
Because then we care.
Yes, I'm dead serious.
Yeah, I have a buddy. She did Seahawks before I knew her. She was a Sonics dancer by the time we became buds. And then she danced a bunch of other stuff. She's a fireman. I mean, we're still friends.
Right.
But, right, it was always nice to be like, I know one of the dance team.
Yeah.
Like, you do? And I'm like, yeah.
It's more impressive in the group of friends you're talking to.
Yeah, well, certainly as a guy, yeah.
I mean, seriously, like, no way. Yeah, way. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I will say, kind of bringing it back to the question about once in a lifetime, Bernie and I once years ago snuck onto the field at a Maryland game.
All right.
Right? So I've kind of told a version of the story, but we snuck in, and then we were up top, like the way they set up their stadium is one end is kind of open. There's just a field house.
Yeah.
So we got up there, and then some dude came up and was like, hey, you can't be up here for when they kick the field goals because some rule, they think you might mess with the kicker.
Okay.
So we go, all right. But he was real nice about it. He's like, you guys should know better. You got to stay down here. So we just went down there with him. So now we're on the field. So we start walking around, and we go by the visiting team. I forget who they're playing. No biggie. We don't care. But as we get around at one point, a girl we knew named Erin, she is a cheerleader. She goes, we're like, hey, Erin. She goes, you two are going to get in trouble. And we're like,
what are you, my mother?
She's just like, I know you're not supposed to be down here. Then we walk all the way around the back end. We wave at my family. We're standing next to the guys firing the cannon. We're like, can we fire the cannon? They're like, no, but you can stand next to us. And then the only reason we got caught was because my dumbass started drinking Gatorade behind the Maryland bench.
No way you were going up and getting your own
Gatorade.
The team Gatorade?
They have hundreds of them full, guys.
But you can't drink their Gatorade.
You can't drink their stuff.
There's trays of them. They was for the offense. They
so you went over and picked up a cup?
Picked up a cup?
No, you didn't.
Had a beverage?
No, you didn't. And then who kicked you out? Like the training guys?
But now everybody was cool with us because we shouldn't have been there, but I think everybody just thought we were. And we were only we were college age.
Yeah.
Right? So you're not really sure of whatever. And then some random security guy just leans over the railing and he goes, what are you two doing down there? I go, we're friends with somebody. He's like, no, you're not. And you're not supposed to be drinking the Gatorade. And before we could say anything, he goes, I'm not going to get you in trouble, but get the goddamn stand.
Right.
All right, sorry, you caught it.
My bad.
Yeah, but drinking the Gatorade.
That was the tip-off.
Yeah.
You just couldn't resist. Like, literally. Just
Have you seen how many cups of Gatorade are full?
No.
What color was it?
Did you need a Gatorade, Ted?
Or did you want to have one?
I had a dip in. I could have used, my throat was getting a little dry. It was either orange or yellow, one of the original colors. But at this point, we're so confident that I was just like, I mean, they got it.
Hey, give me a headset. Yeah.
I mean, you know,
Call some plays. Yeah.
Throw me the helmet. Hang on.
you know what that would have been? Hey, coach, I got to play.
I know exactly. Get this mother effer off.
Good or bad, what was your once-in-a-lifetime moment? 206-803-ROCK.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines nonstop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today and book your next adventure.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X-Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
I see this all the time. You got to turn on the spigot on your garden hose, and the only thing that's getting wet is your wall. What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. When your pipes get leaky, you got to call Pinkies. Frost is no friend to your pipes. They corrode, they rust, they crack, they leak, and that's no good. Even worse, your sprinkler system bursts and your backyard becomes a pool. Call our guys at Pinkies Plumbing. Whether it's getting stinky or leaky, it's pinkiesplumbing.com.
When your plumbing backs up and things get stinky, call Pinkies.
This summer, chill out with Klosstaller, the original game changer in non-alcoholic beer. Whether you're into crisp and classic, bold IPA vibes, or that fresh grapefruit twist, Klosstaller's got a flavor to match your mood. And hey, want to ride with the pioneer of non-alcoholic beer in a new way? We're giving away a custom Klosstaller beach bike. Just text BIKE to 833-426-1559 for your chance to win. Klosstaller, natural brewing, refreshing living. No purchase necessary. U.S. residents 21 plus only. Restrictions apply.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X-Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With nonstop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
So our own Mike Hawk and Steve Mix from the Daily Mix Morning Show Friday will be holding the, what do they call parabolic?
Parabolic mics.
Parabolic microphone. They are the big clear dishes that you see, and they pick up all the sound.
Mm-hmm.
So Odyssey, the company we work for, they are the home of the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City. So I believe that's the Fox. I believe that's the Fox in Kansas City because at one point in time they offered me a job.
Oh yeah.
So if it's still them, it's the same people. Either way, you guys get to be on the field and hold those microphones and watch an NFL game from the sideline.
Yeah.
So depending on where you're standing, you're either going to have the best seat in the house or the worst. But either way, it's going to be a cool experience.
Oh, for sure.
So our question based on that, good or bad, what was your once-in-a-lifetime moment or experience? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Jason. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hola.
Yeah, so a little bit over 10 years ago, I had the opportunity to meet Adam Jones, a guitar player for Tool.
Oh, nice. What was the circumstance?
So way back when they had first started the VIP experience, I did that and saw him in Spokane. I'll just say the VIP experience back then was worth way more than it is now. But at the time, they had something that was, they call it a Q&A session with members of the band. Honestly, I felt like it was more like a college lecture. You know, Adam gets up in front of everybody and talks about their writing techniques that pertain to polyrhythms and hands around his Gibson Les Paul for everybody, the Silverbirds for everybody to strum on. But he set aside like a full hour to sign autographs and take pictures. And so, you know, I got the opportunity to go up to him. I was like, man, I got to say something to him. I don't want to, like, fanboy out over him, right? Because I'm not like that. But honestly, when I discovered these guys' music when I was a teenager, I'm almost 40 now, but, you know, I discovered them right before they released Lateralis. And music really got me out of a dark place. So I just said something really brief. I was like, hey, man, I don't want to fanboy over you or anything, but I just want to say that, like, you're one of my guitar heroes. And he was, like, super gracious about it, you know? He just, hey, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. And
that's
that was
awesome.
it. That was really all I got to say, but it was cool. You know?
At least you had a good interaction.
Yeah,
that's
you,
awesome.
you never know.
Because
Sometimes they don't want you to. They're like, I hate this.
Even though you're saying something remarkably complimentary. I'm not asking for your autograph. I'm not asking for a picture. I'm trying to relay a deep-felt sentiment, and they just look at you like, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah. Geddy Lee could have cared less.
Right.
He did not want to be there. Like the limpest handshake.
Right.
You know when someone just sticks their hand out like, blah. That's kind of where he was at.
I mean, I will say I'm glad it was him and not one of the other members of the band. I don't want to, you know, draw any judgments since I haven't met anybody else, but I have heard that one member of that band in particular would have been about like that. He doesn't like the you know, people fawning over him kind of thing, and you know, and I get it, but
Sure.
yeah, I'm really glad it was somebody. You know that old saying about don't meet your heroes. Well, I'm glad that this wasn't an example of that.
Right.
I was really actually.
But I
happy.
think the one member of that band you're talking about, it's pretty much known.
Would that be the lead singer?
Yeah, I mean, like,
It might be.
yeah, I mean, it's even a thing in like our industry. It's like there's ways to get an interview, but like he will just say yes or no. He doesn't want to do it. He makes no bones about it. So it's like, don't even bother.
And I'm okay with
And
that.
Yeah.
You're right. It is Maynard, and I don't know if I can say this on the air, so get the dump button ready. I'm not cussing, but he has been known to refer to his fans as insufferable retards.
Jesus.
And actually, yeah, well, he actually doubled down on it too, kind of. And I will say, I get it. He was pressed on it at one point, and he said, "Look, I'm not talking about everybody. I'm talking about the more fanatical fans. And if you know Tool fans, you know a lot of them can get like
Very fanatical.
about it.
Yeah.
So I kind of get where he's coming from. I got to at least play devil's advocate here. Again, I've never met the guy personally, so I don't want to pass judgment. But I'll put it this way: what I said to Adam, I would not have said to him because I would have been afraid of getting that kind of blowback.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. I mean, my thing is, then why do you keep doing it? You know what I mean? Inevitably, if you sign a record contract and agree to put out a record, the idea is that people are going to buy it, right? You can't back out of it. If that's why you're doing it, that's exactly what you hope happens. Then these people sustain your livelihood. They come to your shows. And I get the people can be fanatical for sure, but also on some level, be proud that you've moved people in such a way that you would describe them as fanatical for something that's music. You know what I mean? You're not making them do something stupid. People aren't going crazy. It's like, it's music and people like it that much. Good.
Have you ever heard?
I guess with him in that band, it doesn't bug me as much, as you also don't see them like eating outside the Ivy or whatever in Beverly Hills.
Right,
like,
right.
They stay so much out of the spotlight. I'm just like, all right, and they let like our music sells.
I get that, but you don't need to insult your own fans.
Well, look,
to me,
I never would. There's a level of that celebrity that just won't talk to you,
and that's okay.
And you know who those people are.
Yeah,
they're Madonnas. They're Bob Dylan's. They're Axl Rose's.
Sure.
You've never even heard Axl Rose's voice.
Right.
You don't even know what that guy sounds like.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't do interviews. I don't even think he talks to anybody.
And that's okay.
And that's fine.
Because he's not insulting anyone.
No,
he's just disappeared.
That's the way
I would say on the other side, you guys remember the supergroup Hell Yeah?
Yeah.
Right? So
those guys, yeah.
Vinnie Paul was in it, right? Tom Maxwell, Chad Gray, but they were doing a show. They were just kind of like, I don't think they'd been together that long, but they're doing a show at El Corazon. Now, somebody else is supposed to host this Q&A with them, put on, I want to say by Guitar Center.
All right.
About playing the guitar.
Sure.
So, anyhow, I don't know who's supposed to do it. Somebody falls out. Castle calls me and goes, can you walk down there and do it? I said, sure. So, it's El Corazon, but now I'm upstairs backstage before the fans get up there. And like Vinnie Paul, right, I guess it was Chet, they're just like looking at me and they say something and I go, I don't know. And Vinnie Paul's like, do you have any idea about like music or our music specifically? And I just went, I honestly, dude, I don't. And he goes, oh, it's all right, man. You want a beer? I was like, oh, thank God. And then, like, because the handler was kind of not happy with me. And he's like, no, we'll handle it. He goes, just introduce us. I said, all right, I could do that. But they couldn't have been nicer. Like, I think honestly, they're intimidating dudes.
They look intimidating.
I was like a deer in headlights. I'm like, I don't know. And he just like, do you have any idea what you're doing up here? I'm like, no.
Dude, I was what I always say about Zach Wilde, right? Zach Wilde, he was here years ago. Whatever, he's supposed to do back to El Corazon. He's going to do a meet and greet and sign some autographs. Same kind of thing. I think talk about some guitar stuff. Whatever. Things go south here. He gets hammered, passes out on the kitchen floor, shows up at this thing late. There's people there hoping to get autographs, blah, blah, blah. He shows up, and he walks right by the autograph table, right? And we're like, oh, no. There's some cover band or something that's going to play. He looks at this guy in the band, give me your guitar. And this guy's more than happy to hand him his guitar. Looks at the band, hey, man, do you guys know whatever song? They're like, yeah. He's like, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now this band, who had absolutely no expectation of jamming with Zach Wilde, man, and he is shredding. I mean, he's going all out. And then he's looking out in the audience like, hey, man, I want to play, name a song. Who can sing it? Right? And people are like, well, I can't. Well, get the F up here on stage, man. And I mean, I was like, this might be the coolest thing I've seen someone do. This is a guy that is so gracious and so happy to have people that want to see him. I'm like, this is the guy you want on your side. Maybe not with the wet beard and getting drunk, but, man,
that smell.
Shredding on stage, I was like, this is cool.
Good or bad, what was your once-in-a-lifetime moment? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Dave. Welcome to the men's room.
Super Dave, you mean?
Sure.
Super Dave, yep.
Yep. Hola.
Hola.
So, back when Tiger Woods came up and played at Sahalee on the PGA, that tournament that was up there, my parents they lived in Sahalee, so I got to go with my parents or my dad, wherever he had to go. Well, on the last day, he had to stand up in the grandstand on the 18th green, and so he said, come on with me. So I went up there, and all we had to do was look at tickets and tell people to go sit down. And Tiger's coming up the fairway. It's a bad shot for his second shot onto the green. Has to make a birdie putt to tie Vijay Singh, and he missed it just by like 2 inches. Par's out. As they're walking off the green, they're right underneath me, and I leaned down and said, that's all right, Tiger. Get him on the next one. He looks up at me like, you dumbass, that was the last hole.
Oh. Super Dave.
But I got the look from Tig. It was awesome.
That is great.
That is good.
He's got a funny last hole.
I was caught up in the excitement. So I saw you guys in Auburn at your very first ever.
What was that, like an alcohol of fame or something?
No. That was when you guys were you started doing the shows. You'd come down to a tavern or something and do a live show. And I was the guy that came up. There was a guy sitting in this booth, and he spilled his beer. And the 3 other people there, they said, you know the rule.
you got to finish your beer drinking it through a straw through your nose.
What?
And I started watching. Yeah, I was watching this, and I ran up to the stage and said, "You guys got to see this." And you guys all came down and watched this guy drinking a beer through his nose with a straw.
Wait, did he have a bunch of facial hair?
I believe so.
I think I actually remember this guy. I think that was kind of his go-to move. Do you guys remember?
How do you
this
get
guy?
chicks? Watch this.
I'm pretty
You guys
sure.
were well, I mean, he was paying the price for spilling his beer.
No, I understand,
Right,
but
yeah.
I think I remember this guy. I think it was like a blonde dude who had a mustache and beard. And like that was his go-to move. He could drink a beer with a straw through his nose, and he would do it upon request. I think I do remember this guy.
Good or bad, what was your once-in-a-lifetime moment? 206-803-ROCK.
That's kind of stuff I remember,
I was
Ted.
about to say, oh, yeah. But that guy, you remember.
I'm so busy. I'm like,
have we been to that bar? Yeah, dude, we've been there.
don't remember. That guy, I remember. I can tell you what he looks like. Yeah. Hello, Murphy. Welcome to the men's room.
How you doing? This is Murphy.
Hola.
What's up, Murphy? Murphy.
Hola, the cholas. So, I was 4 or 5 years old. It was 1964, I think. Am I there?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And I grew up in Miami Beach, and my mother's boyfriend took me down to go meet this new boxer who was going to fight Sonny Liston. And he takes me down to the Fifth Street Gym in Miami Beach, and I meet Cassius Clay.
All right.
And he reaches down to shake my hand, and his hand was so big I could only grab one finger and shake his hand. So
He was probably Olympic years at that point.
yeah, he was getting ready. He was getting ready to fight Sonny Liston the next night in Miami Beach.
So he'd already done the Olympics. Okay. All right.
That is pretty cool.
That's crazy.
My mother met him. My mother's friend dated him however many years ago. I don't know the year, but I think it's pre-Sonny Liston, but he was still Cassius Clay. And she said, he was a good-looking guy, but he's just so cocky. And this is back in the day, so she's like, a brother shows up in a convertible Cadillac. So she's like, he must be selling drugs, something. And that's not the case. He's getting treated well by the gym owners and all this kind of thing. They just kind of knew, like, this guy's got something. And she said he was all right, just super cocky was the whole thing. So she's like the third wheel on their date or whatever, but pulls up, it's nice to meet you, Carolyn. And she's like, well, what do you do? I'm a fighter. She's like, no, I mean, like, for real, what do you do? I'm a fighter. You ever heard of boxing? Yeah, of course I've heard of boxing. I'm a boxer. But I think this is pre-Olympics and all that kind of thing. But he swore he was going to be the world champion. She was like, he spent most of the night talking about himself, how awesome he was, blah, blah, blah. But she said he wasn't even quite annoying. It's like he was so cocky that it was almost entertaining. Anyway, she forgets about this guy because it just doesn't matter. And she's like, sure enough, we're watching the Olympics. And she's like, at this point, she's with my dad. And she's like, that's the guy I was telling you about. That's him. And he's getting his gold medals and all this. She's like, I will be damned. My man went out there and did exactly what he said he was going to do.
Good or bad, what was your once-in-a-lifetime moment? 206-803-ROCK.
Quick side note, she also knew who was the guy that played saxophone in the
Clarence
Street
Clemens.
Band. Yeah, she said, nice guy. They went to school together. And I was like, what was he like? She's like, he was really nice. He literally played the saxophone all the time. Between every class, he's playing it in the hall. Everyone's kind of cool. And then she added, he was the ugliest mother effer in the school. Like, damn, Mom. It's like he was just ugly.
Yeah, my dad always had something against the Orioles bullpen coach.
Why?
What was his name? Elrod Hendricks or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. But he always insisted that a lot of things were Elrod's fault. So one year on Mother's Day, we go early, and they would have members of the team and the staff out there handing out roses to moms. And it happened to be Elrod Hendricks. And me and my brother just thought that was the greatest thing of all time.
He was the one to give it to your mom?
Yes.
Oh.
Just a picture. I mean, just circumstantially.
Just because we knew it would send him, he would be
What?
pissed.
He's actually a pretty good dude. I did
He could have been nicer.
Did a couple appearances with that guy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And who gets mad at the bullpen coach?
And your dad, and that's it. That is it.
Good or bad, what was your once-in-a-lifetime moment? 206-803-ROCK.
Guess who it is, Ted? James, welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So, long-time listener. I've called in a few times from
here in Seattle as well as in Albuquerque when I was living down there. But I've got a real good story. When I was living in Albuquerque, it was 2017. My mom found out that her favorite band of all time was playing in Tulsa, ZZ Top. And she'd never gone to a concert before, and looking up the prices and whatnot.
Wait, your mom had never been to a concert before?
That is correct.
Wow.
How far is that drive?
I mean, it was, 500-600 miles one way.
Wow. Okay.
But we scored third row VIP meet and greet for $300 each.
All right.
And I mean, VIP meet and greets nowadays, thousands of dollars. But I mean, it was her birthday, first concert ever, and I was like, we're going. So, we drove out from Albuquerque, stayed at a casino in Tulsa where they were performing. And, throughout the show, we're in the third row, we, basically, almost reach out and touch these guys. I mean, this was before, Frank Beard died. But it was, Billy Gibbons.
Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty
Hill
died. And
Dusty
then,
Hill.
Frank
Dusty
Beard,
Rhodes.
the only guy named Beard that didn't have a beard. He was a drummer.
Yeah.
But, we go out there, she's, the happiest I've ever seen her in my life, And just being able to experience that, we got our pictures taken with them, and it was just great. We still have the pictures. We got them all framed up. They had autographed them, and
that's awesome.
They're
being able to just take her out there and have that experience. I mean, she's gone to like 7 or 8 shows since then, but she's like, nothing will ever top that.
They're coming into town very soon, right?
Well, I've seen them twice since Dusty died, and it's still great. It's just not the same.
It's not good, but to be fair, I've never seen them with Dusty. So I saw the commercial last night. I believe it's Muckleshoot. They're going to play it, and I'm like. Whoever they got to replace him kind of looks like him anyway.
ZZ Top is so good.
Yeah, and I'm like,
he's been with the band a long time. He's known the guys forever. He's played with them, so it's not like some new person that's unaffiliated with the group. It's somebody that knows that's been there.
Oh yeah, he had that look about him because I'm watching the commercial and I'm like, man, I think I want to go to that show.
I highly recommend it. I mean, they're the longest before. Dusty died. They were the longest group running of all time.
Really?
Like 69, I think it was.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. I mean, they're just one of those bands. Everything they do is cool.
I know.
I don't know.
Whenever you hear one of the tunes, you're like, man, I really like ZZ Top.
We need to play more ZZ Top on the station.
You almost get girl who lives on the hill. It's like, yeah.
And I love the dudes that look like that sing about sex all the time. And I'm like,
she won't
are they really getting
her
laid?
Sister will. That's the greatest line ever. That's one of them. Lyrically speaking, it's dumb, it's bull crap, but it's still like cheesy, but it's still fun.
Lord, take me downtown. I'm looking for some tush. I mean, look, they
exactly.
They get to the point, man.
Step inside my sleeping bag, even the later stuff.
We're not here to be poetic. We're just here to make a point.
I mean, I think if you took those two guys just on their own, maybe not. But because they're ZZ Top, yes. It's kind of like Lemmy.
Yeah, Lemmy got laid.
Yeah.
But if you were not the Lemmy that we know Lemmy, he's like, no chance. Actually, Lemmy had one of the best quotes. It's like during the 80s and crap like Poison's taking over, Warrants and all that. And someone asked him point blank, do all these pretty boy bands bother you? Yes. No. I wish I was. I'm like, you know what?
That's a great line.
That is the best answer ever, man. It's like, good for them.
Wish I was better looking, too.
Good or bad, what was your once-in-a-lifetime moment? 206-803-ROCK.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X-Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
This summer, chill out with Klostaller, the original game changer in non-alcoholic beer. Whether you're into crisp and classic, bold IPA vibes, or that fresh grapefruit twist, Klostaller's got a flavor to match your mood. And hey, want to ride with the pioneer of non-alcoholic beer in a new way? We're giving away a custom Klostaller beach bike. Just text BIKE to 833-426-1559 for your chance to win. Klostaller, natural brewing, refreshing living. No purchase necessary. U.S. residents 21 plus only. Restrictions apply.
The school year is beginning, but don't settle for basic tissues when it comes to managing all the messes that come with it. From home to school and back, stock up with Kleenex Ultra Soft Tissues. Because back to school means back to sniffles and sneezes. Kleenex Ultra Soft Tissues are soft and absorbent to stand up against runny noses, to keep you and your family clean and comforted as the school year starts. This school year, make sure to get the classroom essential that teachers and students can rely on. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex. Visit Kleenex.com to learn more.
You're in the men's room. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK.
Here's one that doesn't happen every day. Meteorite that crashed through a Georgia home in June has turned out to be a true relic of the early solar system. Matter of fact, this thing is so old, it's older than Earth itself.
All right.
The meteorite streaked across the sky in daylight. It broke apart and landed in McDonough, Georgia. Now, NASA, they confirmed the event after residents across Georgia and nearby states reported seeing the fireball and a big loud boom. So scientists at the University of Georgia, they analyzed fragments that struck the house, determined the rock is a chondrite, which is a common type of stony meteorite. Now, using optical and electron microscopy, team estimated the rock formed about 4.56 billion years ago.
That's
roughly
about the age of the Earth, isn't it?
20 million years older than Earth.
All right, give or take.
Well, you're in the billions at that point, right? The meteorite was traveling 2,237 miles an hour as it came into this guy's house. It missed him by 14 feet.
Oh,
now, when the rock
laugh, but that's crazy.
When the rock hit the floor, it basically disintegrated into the floor into particles. There was enough energy when it hit the floor that it pulverized part of the material down to literal dust fragments. 14 feet away, his house struck by a meteorite.
He had to S a brick.
Good or bad, what was your once-in-a-lifetime moment? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Emmett. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola!
Hola! Emmett.
So when I was 17, I had the opportunity to hike Pikes Peak in Colorado.
All right.
And at the top of Pikes Peak, there is a donut shop. So I was able to get donuts at 14,000 feet.
That's kind of awesome.
Wait a minute. There's a donut shop at the top of Pikes Peak.
Yes.
How many, when you went in there to get your well-earned donut, how many other people are, and look, I love donuts, man. I might kill a man for a donut. I don't know if I'd hike Pikes Peak for a donut.
I wouldn't recommend it. They were not the greatest donuts.
Donuts in the sky.
So you do all that hiking up Pikes Peak to get a donut, and then when you have the donut, it's disappointing.
Yeah.
Damn.
And that's more you're just eating that donut to say you ate it.
I know, but at least maybe Krispy Kreme could take it over. Like, look, we're going to make the donut worth it.
So you can either drive up to the top or hike it, I guess?
Yeah.
Or is there like a
We
tram?
hiked up and drove down.
Okay.
I did not know that.
I didn't either.
A donut shop at the
You
top
can get
of
fried
Pikes
chicken
Peak.
at the pyramids.
Donuts at the top of Pikes Peak.
What a great world we live in. Good or bad, what was your once-in-a-lifetime moment? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Troy. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola.
Well, at least I know where to get fried chicken and donuts.
Yeah,
Sure.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Well, no, the fried chicken's good in Egypt. Apparently, the donuts suck at the top of Pikes Peak.
Right. So, I hope you guys have good AC going on there today. This is brutal.
Actually, at work,
do
we have
here.
Yeah.
Not at home.
It's 87 outside right now downtown, though.
Yeah.
It's steamy.
Yeah, I know. I just came from downtown. But I had actually two things that were kind of unique, but Mike told me to stick with my Willie Nelson story.
All right.
So my dad who's a minister. well, retired now, of course, but he did like charity or philanthropy projects that involved Willie Nelson and Chris Christopherson. And when Willie Nelson was on tour, he ended up in Tucson, Arizona. I think it was like 1988, 89, something like that.
That was Highwayman.
His manager. No, it wasn't the Highwayman. I think it was the family tour because his sister was with him.
Okay.
Yeah. But so his manager called up my dad and had tickets available for him and backstage passes. And so I went with my dad to go see Willie Nelson. And after the show, our passes allowed us to go backstage. And there were like 2 levels of being backstage. And our passes only got us to the minimal level. And people who could go meet and greet with Willie had better passes. But we did get to see him as he walked by, and my dad just said, "Hey, Willie." And he's like, "Oh, David, hey." And he, "Come on with me." And he grabbed my dad and myself, and we went through the next section where he meeted and greeted with the next level of backstage pass people. And then when they were all done, he led us out into the back lot where he had his tour bus, Honeysuckle Rose. And he invited my dad and myself into the Honeysuckle Rose with him and his sister there and just had a conversation. And Willie said, "Would you like something? Would you like a Coke?" And, I was totally geeking out. I was just like, "Oh, okay."
That's awesome.
Did Willie
What
smoke?
to do with myself? I was so starstruck at the moment.
Did Willie smoke on the bus with you and your dad?
No, he did. I knew you were going to ask. He did not, but there was a lingering.
There was evidence.
I was about 1920 at that time, and I knew that smell well.
Oh, yeah. I bet your dad did, too, regardless of his profession.
I won't speak for him.
He would. I have no idea what that is, son. No idea.
Right, exactly.
That's pretty cool,
That's
man.
memorable, though.
That is because Willie Nelson's one of those guys. I mean, just super icon, right?
Correct.
You can like his music, not like his music. In the end, you're like, but it's Willie Nelson.
I think I was 14 or 15, my first concert.
All right.
And I smelled it. And I was like, that's the smell.
Uh-huh.
That's the smell of my dad's house. I still did not know.
Were you so trying to like, what is that smell?
I know it. That smells like my dad's house. What is
I like that it's so specific. Not like his garage. Just
nobody else.
His house.
His house.
Right, his house.
Yes, it does. So eventually, I don't even think I figured it out that night.
Right.
Just like I didn't know. I know that smell.
Well, you don't know. I mean, the first time I smelled weed, same thing. I was at a concert. I was almost 14 years old. Went there, smelled it everywhere. Did not know what the smell was. And it was just weird because I'm like, God damn, man. Like, everywhere you go, this was the Rochester War Memorial Coliseum. I don't remember, but their arena there. And, I mean, no matter where I go into the bathroom, like, man, it's really thick in here. I went back out to the floor where the concert is. Like, God, man, I smell this everywhere. And my assumption, there was a haze in the air, but I figured it was cigarettes.
Yeah.
My dad smoked cigarettes. So I'm like, golly, man, these cigarettes smell rank. And then you're right. You have the epiphany at some point later, like, oh.
Not anymore. I think the one that bothers me the most is cloves.
I'm
Clove
not a
cigarettes?
clove
I cannot
fan.
take that smell.
It is a very unique and pungent smell.
Yeah.
I think, was it Johnny Depp smokes cloves?
Right, and he's kind of known for smelling like ass.
And then there was a guy on that show, The X-Files. I called him the Marlboro Man because any scene he was in, he smoked, right? He's kind of this creepy guy that knew what was going on but wouldn't quite share. But he was always smoking. So you don't give it a thought, but they talked to like David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson after the fact. To like, he was not a smoker, but because of the character, he would smoke cloves. And they're like, and we hated it. Right? Like, dude, smoke a regular cigarette. He's like, I'm not a smoker, but my character's a smoker. But my character smokes Marlboros, but they were cloves. So it was just funny because anytime I'd see a scene with this guy, I'm like, every actor on this set hates filming this scene.
Remember, there was a guy that worked across the street, and he seemed like the kind of guy that would smoke a clove.
Yeah.
I think in the wintertime, he was in like a duster or something.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Right. You could just, if you walked out, you could be like, oh, he's smoking a clove. You could
gonna
smell
smoke
it a
cloves
mile away.
Because that guy, he's like this steamed.
Is that the Sherlock Holmes guy?
England. Yeah. And I mean, he goes out of his way to make sure that you know that he's into steampunk. He's like the most pretentious dude ever. Not the mustache, the hat, the whole nine. But that's his thing. And to his credit, for the 7 or 8 years in this building that we've seen him, It never changes. Like, that is what my man does. Of course he smokes cloves.
Good or bad, what was your once-in-a-lifetime moment? 206-803-ROCK.
I don't know why that annoys me. Like, of course he smokes cloves, but the fact that you actually smoke cloves just makes me like you less. I don't know what it is about him, man. He just bugs me.
Yeah, and I don't know, because cigars are just as bad and pungent, but they don't bug me as much.
That's it, right?
There's a clove, and it's like, ugh, it smells like crap.
Because I feel like, with the cigar, it smells like a cigar. A clove smells like pretense.
Pipe smells great.
Pipes smell awesome. And it was disappointing the first time I hit one. I'm like, this does not taste the way it smells.
I still love the smell of a Black and Mild.
They smell good. Does anyone still smoke pipes? When I was growing up, man, like 50% of the people I knew, their dads anyway, they always fell in the pipe, light it up, blow out the smoke, and you're like, God, this smells great. Pipes and nutcrackers, man.
I went through a phase where we would smoke pipes when I lived with all those dudes. And it was one summer, and that was just our thing.
Yeah, about 3-4 years ago, I experimented a little bit with it.
Oh, yeah?
It was fun.
Did you like it?
It was fun. I did enjoy it. It became kind of a ritual thing for a hot minute there. It was fun.
Where did you even find pipe tobacco?
It feels sophisticated.
It does. I gained an interest in pipes because same thing. They were just cool.
Yeah.
They were distinguished. They were just awesome.
Distinguished, that's the word. It's like wearing a monocle.
I told my brother-in-law about it years ago, and then all of a sudden he started this tradition that when he and my sister went somewhere, he would bring me back a pipe.
Okay.
And there was at one point where he brought me back just an actual proper good, this is just everyday smoker pipe. I was like, I'm going to smoke this one. I'm going to give it a go. It's fine.
You have the look of a guy that if you broke out a pipe and I didn't know you, somehow I'd be like, that makes sense.
Yeah. But just my outfit, it never quite works. I just look like a nerd who's smoking a pipe.
You need more tweed, Mike.
I do,
That's what
man.
you're saying.
You do, but like,
needs
if
to be
you
colder
invited
outside.
me to get breakfast and then afterwards went, do you want to go have a smoke? And it was a pipe, I wouldn't be shocked.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, yeah, of course, yeah, sure, Mark. I'll go have a pipe smoke with you.
It takes a lot, dude. You got to pack that thing down.
It's a pain in the ass.
You got to pack it again. And
That's
then
what we found out the hard way is we were like, it's so cheap to buy the tobacco.
Right.
And we were like, we're going to do this. But then it's like, you feel like you're out there for half an hour and you've like gotten 2 puffs.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And then it's done.
Yeah.
It's all that for like 5 minutes.
I think it's the ritual they probably enjoyed.
Yes. And that's what I found.
And
I said I would go
also,
out in the
they were
morning and it was
smoking
fine.
inside.
They were smoking
If I
inside.
could sit inside, I had a babysitter and her husband in the basement. That's what he did. Love that guy. But if I was sitting inside and had all the time to mess around with it, sure, I'd watch a sports game and smoke a pipe.
Yes.
That's a good point, right? You have to go outside to smoke it, right?
Right, like you smoke a cig. You walk out there, you pull out the cig, you light it. Boom.
Yeah. No prep. Hello, Steve. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bichola.
Hola.
So this was some years ago. A buddy of mine was fighting cancer, and one of his coworkers, Jeff, was in the band Loaded with Duff McKagan.
Oh, nice.
And they're going to do a fundraiser at the old Hell's Kitchen on 6th Avenue in Tacoma. And so I remember going there, and my buddy's like, hey, Duff's around the corner if you want to talk to him. I'm like, what? And sure enough, I walk around the corner, and there's Duff McKagan, bass player of one of the best bands of all time, Guns N' Roses, sitting by himself at a two-top table. And so I sit down and got to tell him what Appetite for Destruction meant to me. I was a young soldier stationed in West Germany. And I remember that album that year, that summer, it was everywhere. And you listen to it over and over, and you realize that every song was just killer.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. There's not a bad song on that thing.
There's really not.
No, there's not one.
And then he was nice enough to, after he played his show, he's signing autographs, and he gets to me, and he goes, well, I'll sign it, but that's not my band. And I looked at the flyer that I grabbed, and it started with L, but it wasn't Loaded. And I was like, God dang it. So I had to throw it away, run to the front of grab another one and come back, and he signed it for me. And
The Lumineers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was, like I said, he was good. But one of the nicest guys you ever wanted to meet. Just unconceited, nice and easy to get along with. Yeah, I just was very impressed by him.
He's a super chill guy.
I was going to say, Duff, hands down, one of the nicest dudes.
And we've gotten used to him now, but the first time I met him, I was very, very, very starstruck for the same reason, because Appetite for Destruction was what it was, right? And if you liked rock music and you were alive when this album came out, that's one of your game changers. And Jeets, they used to work here. An interview with Duff coming up. He's going to record it after our show. But he goes, look, man, I'm not going to get in until 6:30. Can you just hang a little bit and let Duff in? I'm like, sure, man. And in my mind, I'm like, you got it. There's no way he's going to be interviewing Duff McKagan, even though that's what he said. Sure enough, Duff kind of taps on the door. I let him in, but it's just the two of us, man. And I'm trying to be cool, and I wasn't. But I'm trying to be cool. And at that time, we had the kegerator in the office.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, man, can I get you anything to drink? We got a kegerator in the office. That's right, man. I was going to offer you a beer, but your pancreas exploded. This is my opening statement to Duff McKagan. And he just looked at me and he goes, yeah, man, my pancreas exploded.
What's he supposed to say?
I felt so stupid. Like, in that moment, I felt so stupid. I'm like, I cannot believe these are the words that came out of my mouth when you have your opportunity to meet Duff McKagan is to point out something he probably doesn't want to talk about.
Does it
much.
not work anymore at all? His pancreas?
I mean, it exploded.
Okay.
So
Does that make him?
I don't know.
Does that make him a diabetic then? At that point,
I don't know. Sadly, I did not get down that rabbit hole.
Didn't think to go down.
Does that make you a diabetic?
Right.
Are you diabetic?
A follow-up question.
I don't want to offer you more sugar. I will say one of the coolest moments we had.
Can I look at your my chart?
I want to say all of us were there. So Soundgarden shows up for an interview, minus Chris Cornell. Right? So the other three guys. It's after our show. We're going to record something with them. I don't remember why we couldn't record it yet, but we just couldn't. We had to wait. So I'm sitting there with three guys from Soundgarden. My wife's pregnant. My dog is up there, right? And I remember watching Kim Thale play Catch My Dog in the hallway of the radio station. At some point, I'm like, this is so surreal, man, because I love that band, right? Everyone's just checking. And I want to say, Miles, you and Kim started talking about beer and went into the office, and you're talking about all these different beer labels. Cameron sitting, I mean, it was just unreal. My pregnant wife's talking to Ben Shepherd, and it's just, everyone was just casual, man. And I'm like, this is cool. Soundgarden's playing Catch My Dumbass Dog. My pregnant ass wife's talking to Ben Shepherd. Everyone's just talking beer. It was cool, man. And I'm like, that's not one of those things that's going to happen again.
Working in the auction business, my old man does an auction down there in Phoenix for the Boys and Girls Club down there in Metro Phoenix, and that is their big auction that they do all the time. And for years, they gave him they would give him some sort of a bonus, and that is the year that we went to the Super Bowl to go see the Seahawks and play down there in Phoenix. Right? It did come with one condition. Is that when we went down there, we had the tickets. We had 4 tickets to get in. They said the only thing we need you guys to do, we need you to do one more auction for us. We've got this. We've got a little fundraiser. We got a little auction that we do. It's going to be a pro bono thing. It's no worries at all. Yep, it's all fine. We'll go down there. We end up at some big mansion. I have no idea whose mansion this belongs to, but there were so many people that showed up to this thing. Michael Bay was there. Mark Wahlberg was up on stage with the old man. Maria Menounos was his MC for the night. The doggone semi-truck that was Optimus Prime was there. The Budweiser Clydesdales were there.
Who was it? You seriously don't know to this day?
I don't know whose place it was, but we were just there raising money for, it was just another auction. It was just another charity auction gig that we were doing. The big dude from The Blind Side was there walking around.
And you never found
Michael Orr's
house.
I think going to a Super Bowl.
It might have been Wahlberg's house. I'm not positive.
Just going to one Super Bowl, that's once in a lifetime.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, for most people.
And I love
if you want to go. I mean, you're shelling out buco bucks. Every year it gets ridiculous. I mean, the price this year was probably 3 times.
And I would say
it was
this,
when we went.
It's almost once in a lifetime to go to a Super Bowl with your team playing in it.
Yes.
That's why if you get the opportunity, just do it. But going to any Super Bowl, it's still the Super Bowl. Even if you hate both teams, whatever the case is, it's still the Super Bowl. And when we went, I don't know why I didn't just assume this would be the case. There were 49ers fans, there were Ravens fans. They're playing each other. It makes sense. But then we realized a lot of people just bought tickets to the Super Bowl, but they're wearing the jersey of their team. There's Bengals fans, there's Jag fans, and everyone rolls into the stadium. And I'm like, this is cool. This is a football event. It's not just about the two teams playing.
Right.
And it was super expensive. Because my son always says, Dad, if the Ravens go to the Super Bowl, are we going to the Super Bowl? And I'm like, okay.
You going to get a paper route?
First of all, you're a kid.
I said, brother. Well, I told him, I said, I want to do that. But you got to understand, the price of these tickets, like Miles said, they go up, I mean, by leaps and bounds every year.
It's getting to the point where the ceiling has got to be somewhere.
You
Not
hope.
just tickets in general. Like, when is this all going to cap out? Because it just seems to just keep going.
Well, that's like saying when are the corporations going to get smaller?
Yeah, I mean,
that's the whole issue. As long as, especially like Super Bowl,
because they'll buy them up.
Giant F1 race, as long as corporations buy them up, then they're not.
Yep,
that's I'm sorry to be so harsh, but just
no, but that's the truth.
It's not going to right. It's not like the average fan is making this stuff so expensive for everybody else.
I would encourage, if you can, as a football fan, go to where the Super Bowl is hosted. You're not going to be able to stay in the city, not at all. But if you know the area well enough to where you can find your way to get in on any given day and stay, on an outskirts city, go to where they're hosting the Super Bowl.
Even
I
with
agree with that.
I would
It's
say
an event.
it depends where it is too. We were lucky it was in New Orleans, so the Superdome is right next to Canal Street, right next to the French Quarter, so you could just walk everywhere. And it was cool because the whole city is throwing down, and then right before kickoff, there's just this mass parade of people headed toward the stadium, and it's less than a mile, right? But if it's played in Dallas, it's in the middle of a freaking parking lot. And you're 8,000 like that. I'm not saying don't go, but the experience of going there is a lot different. If they did it in Seattle, it'd be that kind of thing. Go to Pioneer Square, go downtown, go to the waterfront, go to Capitol Hill, go to Soto, go wherever you want. It's right there.
What was all-day parking for the Super Bowl? The day of.
Ooh, to be honest with you, dude, there was so much crowd that was going around there. I didn't even look at parking.
I can tell you what mine was.
What?
$35.
$35 all day
downtown.
Yeah,
$35. I mean,
That's
this is
a
2015.
deal.
Yes. When you look at it now, you're like $90-some for a regular schmuck game.
You can't get that for
I know.
week 3 out
That's what
here.
I mean. I was like $35.
I will say the other cool thing, if you shell out for those big sporting events,
yeah,
like I wouldn't pay to go see F1 in Vegas again, but it was the first ones. That's the main reason we went.
Yeah.
Also, when the race ended, I like a DJ named Martin Gurex. He did a free show. So it's like, ooh, got to see Martin Gurex kind of for free.
But that's true. When you have those events, right, there's always... Look,
And then when I went to the Husky national title game, I don't know if Maryland's ever going to make it there, so I don't know if I'd ever go back. Right?
I'm sorry,
Don't
Ted.
say it like
Come
that.
on, man.
But the night before, because we had game tickets, we got to see this country artist named John Party for free. So it's
Right.
like you knock out kind of two birds with one stone.
That's awesome.
You just get to see cooler stuff. I know we got to go to break, Mike, but I will say we've had very positive stories. Now, on the other end,
I'm here to ruin it.
if you like college football, one of the biggest traditions in all of college football is in University of Tennessee.
Yeah.
Before the games, they play Rocky Top, and they run through the T. The band, intermixes, the T just kind of shows up out of nowhere. The team runs through it. They've only not run it twice in 50-some years. And I was there on one of those Saturdays. They didn't run through it.
Oh,
That was the whole point. Go watch them run through the T.
You went there just for that.
They didn't run through the T.
10 worst songs ever. Coming up with Sit and Spin, and your emails coming up next in the men's room at KISW.com.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
This summer, chill out with Klosstaller, the original game changer in non-alcoholic beer. Whether you're into crisp and classic, bold IPA vibes, or that fresh grapefruit twist, Klosstaller's got a flavor to match your mood. And hey, want to ride with the pioneer of non-alcoholic beer in a new way? We're giving away a custom Klosstaller beach bike. Just text BIKE to 833-426-1559 for your chance to win. Klosstaller, natural brewing, refreshing living. No purchase necessary. U.S. residents 21 plus only. Restrictions apply.
The school year is beginning, but don't settle for basic tissues when it comes to managing all the messes that come with it. From home to school and back, stock up with Kleenex Ultra Soft Tissues. Because back to school means back to sniffles and sneezes. Kleenex Ultra Soft Tissues are soft and absorbent to stand up against runny noses, to keep you and your family clean and comforted as the school year starts. This school year, make sure to get the classroom essential that teachers and students can rely on. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex. Visit Kleenex.com to learn more.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines nonstop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today and book your next adventure.
We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Could they be the 10 worst songs ever? Maybe. We'll sit and spin coming up at 4:30. First time, though, for a few emails to the men's room at KISW.com. And a couple from our question, good or bad, what was your once-in-a-lifetime moment? Guys, I was on JP Patches as Paul Bunyan for the Mason County Forest Festival in 1978.
All right. Paul Bunyan.
Getting it done. Guys, I have an experience I'll never forget. It was amazing. I was in high school with my dad, and we had a beach house on the Lumi Indian Reservation. So we got a small boat he owned and troll around the islands. One outing, we happened to come across a pod of orcas that were coming through. So we cut the motor as required, and at the time, they came to us. So I sat in the front with my legs over and watched as they serviced and got closer. Some did partial breaches and watched as they were under the boat swimming past. I'll never forget that day with my dad. Followed them for a while. The boat was about the size of the whales. Love listening to you guys. You make my day. That from the lovely Alicia.
That's pretty cool.
Dude, we got some really good ones on X today, too. Andy ran back into a fire in Fremont in 2014.
Wow.
Yeah. Somebody was watching him. It was a girl he had dated a couple times. They became serious. Been married 9 years.
Oh, wow.
Do you guys know what the Trevi Fountain is?
The Trevi Fountain?
Trevi Fountain in Italy?
Like in Italy? Yeah. Okay. I do know.
They did it.
They said they had a cop guarding it, 2 a.m., cover his eyes so they could jump in the water.
Nice.
Picture
Jesus.
taken. I'm like, those are really good ones.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right, birthdays brought to you by Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company.
Dip responsibly.
One birthday. Gentlemen, I would like to wish my sexy husband, Matt, a very happy 45th birthday. Not only is he a great husband, he's also an amazing father to our 3 children. So can he get a fish sandwich montage? The captain telling him what he can expect tonight in his hotel room after the 9 Inch Nails concert. And some dad jokes from Miles. Thanks, guys, for everything you do. We appreciate you more than you know. That from his better half, Crystal.
Can I get
A filet of fish sandwich.
So you know I got
I'll have a fish sandwich.
Oh, brother, can I have a fish sandwich?
You want your fish sandwich?
Put the cheese and the tartar on the side.
I want a fish sandwich.
Is it too early for a fish sandwich? Cheese and tartar on the side. Oh, yeah. I smell the fish sandwich. Maybe some dinner relish in the morning. At noon. And at night.
Can I buy you a fish sandwich? So you don't want a fish sandwich?
Ooh, well, ahoy there and happy birthday. Well, what to expect in the hotel room after a 9 Inch Nails concert? Well, if you listen to Trent Reznor, you're going to F like an animal. And as it works out, the captain knows a thing or two about that, having spent time with Tony the Tiger. And they say you can't change his stripes. He's into what he's into, and to him there are no safe words. The trick's rabbit's down for anything, but like most rabbits, he's just one and done, and he's out and moved on to the next thing. No, I'd recommend Toucan Sam. He follows his nose, because he knows what he knows. And he's in the butt stuff, all about the cloaca. Crunch berries.
All right, some dad jokes.
I never changed the stripes.
Never.
What did the news anchor say while having sex?
That's all for this evening?
That's not bad. This just in. Oh. Guys, my health teacher asked me to use the word fornication in a sentence.
All right.
I said, sure. This tie is perfect for an occasion like this. I don't know if you guys knew this, but I have kleptomania.
Oh, yeah?
When it gets bad, I take something for it.
That's just smart.
Where are noses made? Where are noses made?
The olfactory?
At the olfactory. Yes. I asked a woman, can I smell your... She said, no. I said, must be your feet then.
What's the nose joke?
Your olfactory sense is your sense of smell.
Oh, all right.
And here's my favorite one for the day. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Ah.
Ah, who?
Werewolves of London.
So stupid.
All right, guys, here you go.
Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
Thank you, Bob. We've got some updated locations where you can find the Men's Room 20th Anniversary Lager and Men's Room IPA from Black Raven Brewing. As we get set for the Men's Room 20th Anniversary Party, going down Saturday, September the 6th at Black Raven Brewery. Tickets on sale now, KISW.com. All of it shows. While on a trip to Spokane, we have successfully located and acquired the last 5 Men's Room Lockers single cans until they get restocked on Monday at the Spokane Valley Total Wine and More.
Nice.
Thanks for all you guys do that from Ben the Archery Tech. Let's see here. Men's Room IPA. Here's a good one. Guys, I live in Portland, Oregon. This morning on my wife's way home, she stopped at the grocery outlet to give me a 6-pack of Imperial IPA. She did not find that, but she was able to find the Men's Room IPA. And I think that's really cool. Wasn't expected to get it until I went up to Washington in a few weeks. I don't have the address, and I don't know if it's regularly carried there, but just so you know, it's down here in Oregon.
All right. Good to know.
Which is good news. Men's Room IPA, Anchorage, Alaska. Oh, look, guys, I stumbled across a 6er of the Men's Room IPA at Safeway in Anchorage, Alaska. I am going halibut fishing this weekend. This is going to make it all much better. So stoked to give it a try on all these months of hype on the podcast. Thanks, boys, and LARP on Ted. That from Kevin. Speaking of drinking, coming up at 5:08, we'll drink and toast with the shot of the day. But first, it's a 5:08, we'll drink and toast with the shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. A new study found that college graduates are less likely to get married.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, they learned how to save money.
Right, and I'm wondering if it's just because they put all of their time into their studies, and so maybe the social life isn't quite as on tune, or maybe they're not looking, or whatever,
Well, they'll be looking. It could be money.
It could be money.
I mean, if you're paying off student debt, like, look, man, just
yeah, it could be that they're happy being single,
playing the field.
Exactly.
Right.
I have no idea. There's a promising blood test in the work for blood. Promising blood test in the works for chronic fatigue syndrome.
All right. Good.
Yeah.
I think if you're that fatigued, often it's something in your blood work.
Yeah.
You need more caffeine.
Right. I didn't even know that chronic fatigue syndrome was a thing.
I think there's a lot of things we don't know because it doesn't affect us. I always say, like, when a little kid can rattle off a cancer, you're like, bad news.
Yeah.
That's what I'm kind of saying. I didn't know that was a thing. I thought it was generally like maybe something's not working correctly, or you're depressed, or it seemed like there was other reasons why you're constantly fatigued.
Exactly.
Sleep apnea, name it.
Right.
So I was like, oh, some people, there's nothing wrong with them. They just don't sleep.
Right.
Or they're just tired.
I just run on low battery a lot.
All right. Never take juicer up to 100, huh?
That's right. New research debunks the danger theories concerning reboiling water. Side note, there was people that thought that boiling water again was a dangerous thing. Apparently it was like compounding chemicals within it or something like that. I have no idea.
Okay.
But they basically said as long as the water was drinkable the first time, you're fine.
How often do you reboil water? How often is this a thing?
Never.
I'm not saying people don't. I'm just trying to think of the occasion.
Say maybe if you've got a teapot or a tea kettle rather. And
Okay, you don't
heat that
empty it
up.
all the way out.
Right, you don't empty it all the way, so you let it sit there. It's like, oh, well, let's kick that thing back up so I can have another cup here. So
Okay.
that's the only thing I can think of.
Stop
honestly.
drinking tea.
I wish I could.
Oh, God, that's right. You
I-
poor
yeah.
sap.
You know what? That's a good point. I had a little automatic tea kettle for a while. And you're right. I wouldn't give it a second thought just to reboil that water.
Yeah. And look at all the health problems you had.
That's right.
Yep.
That's why you are the way you are, Ted.
I was reboiling water like an idiot.
Time once again for the Merriam-Webster word of the day. Put on your thinking cap. It is an R word that describes things that are in very bad condition and need to be repaired, or that are carelessly or loosely constructed. An R word that describes things that are in very bad condition and need to be repaired, or that are carelessly or loosely constructed.
Rubbish.
Rubbish. I like it. R word. Mr. Hill.
Need a repair or just bad construction. Reprehensible.
Reprehensible. Ted Smith, any guess?
Reprieve?
Reprieve. The word is ramshackle.
Oh,
Ramshackle. Of course it is.
Because nobody thinks of the word ramshackle.
No, but they're right. The only time you use it is in that explanation.
I would think of it as like somebody broke in and ramshackled my house.
That means they messed it up.
I believe that's ransacked, Ted.
No, but they can still go ramshackle.
They
no,
get
you're right,
both,
ramshackle.
dude. It's a mess in there.
Okay.
I thought a ramshackle.
Nobody broke in. You just haven't been cleaning.
Look at this ramshackle.
And you put a member of the Los Angeles Rams in handcuffs.
It's a
They're
ramshackle.
ramshackles.
That should be our new tradition every time they come to town. Just put them in ramshackles.
There you go.
Get out of here.
Yeah, that's the play you call. Ramshackle on 3.
Lock them up. New evidence says standard arm cuff blood pressure tests read about 6 points too low, leading to a possible misdiagnosis of about 30% of patients.
Too low?
Yeah.
All right.
So they're saying that there's some patients that might actually...
Oh, crap, you have high blood pressure.
Right. You should be diagnosed with some high blood pressure, but...
Stage 1?
Stage 1 high blood pressure.
Hypertension? Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, how bad is it for people with high blood pressure?
Right?
It's still reading low when you have high blood pressure.
Oh, look at that. I'm still doing good.
The bad news is it's even worse than we thought.
Actually, you're not.
Actually, you could die any second now.
We really screwed this up.
New lab tests found that a licorice extract nearly doubles the shelf life of chicken. Side note, you just have to have...
As long as it doesn't taste like licorice.
I'm about to say, now you have to have chicken that tastes like licorice.
But
It's like,
just not a licorice guy.
Do you rub it on it? Do you inject it?
Is this
in
mean
it?
just regular old black licorice? Or licorice in general? Because I don't like black licorice, but Like the red stuff's good.
I don't think red
And are
vines counts as
we
licorice.
responsible for doing
But
this?
there's other
Or is it-
licorice. You can buy it from Australian stuff, but I can't tell if they're just saying black licorice.
Right.
But also, like, is that something that's on the consumer, or is this something that the farmers would do? You know, they're eating marigolds and throwing some licorice.
Right.
Actually, that'd be better. We can't kill the chicken. We keep trying, but
It'll bring the price of chicken up.
now you're paying for licorice extract.
Licorice chicken. Get that licorice chicken.
Licorice chicken.
I used to like licorice when I was a kid, and then as I grew up, I was like,
what am I
stuff
eating?
Sucks now. And I'm so sad because I liked it. I never understood why people hated it so much, but then I got older. I was like, oh, that's why.
That's why.
You know what it was? I think it was doggone Jaeger. I think I took a shot of that one.
Yeah.
Oh, gross. And now I can't do it anymore.
See, which is odd, because I thoroughly enjoy a digestif. Whether it's Jägermeister or what's the one in the little bottle?
I know what you're talking about.
Fernet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't do those.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Ugh. One of the biggest black holes ever was recently discovered. Stop it. With a mass equal to 35 billion suns.
Damn. Where did they find this? Don't say in space. God damn it.
Oh, Canada.
That way, Steve. I don't know. It's over by the galaxy. It's got enough mass that it could fit 35 billion of our suns.
That's, yeah.
The sheer number there
That is insane.
isn't, yeah.
It's so big you can't even really comprehend it.
Right.
Just, that's a big one.
That's big enough there.
That's a big one.
Look at that big black hole.
Stop looking at your mom.
And there's a new plastic that's being developed that could revolutionize plastic recycling. Basically, they said that it could be recycled over and over and over again without degrading as it goes down.
How many times can you recycle plastic on average now? Is it a one-time deal?
I didn't know that there was a limit, Steve.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, you get a plastic body, you can melt it down, redo it. I guess maybe it does degrade. I know nothing
I'm
about
shocked
it.
we're still making them. Well, that was the whole thing. There's plastic and everything.
Well, I think that
Well, no, but let's recycle it.
Yeah, I think we're just trying to develop better plastics. We're not going to get off plastics. Let's just make
We're not gonna get off
less
plastics,
damaging
no.
plastics. It's kind of like alcohol. It's bad for you. All right, well, let's
This has a lower alcohol
That's
content.
right. There you go. Enjoy that guy.
Yeah. It just seems like eventually those plastics are going to end up somewhere in our system.
They are.
They are.
But you know what, Ted? For everything, there's a cheat code in life.
All right.
And I've got a whole bunch.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
10 or more cheat codes people found that work in real life. Here's what I like to do. Greet everyone with a big smile and a hello. Even shake their hand. Even if it's fake, most people will mirror it. Now that their defenses are down, punch them in the face. Steal their jewelry, phone, cash, credit cards, car keys. If you really want to go full scorched earth, spit on them. They'll never trust another stranger again as long as they live. Works every time.
Damn. All right. Cheat codes. So this person says if you spill any liquid that will stain on your carpet, red wine, juice, anything, pour some salt on it. Work it into the carpet. Just rub it in with your hands. Leave it there for a few hours. And if it's a serious stain, give it up to a day. Vacuum it right out. Voila. Stain gone, they say.
I know that.
Yeah.
Does it work on blood? I'm asking for a friend.
For me, it was always hot water. I found that to be the universal thing. Give me some hot water to lay it down on there, and then I can scrub most things out.
Or like vinegar.
Yeah.
It's always like vinegar shows up.
Yeah, but then your house stinks.
That depends what your house already smells like.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think it's part of the issue. They're like, hey, just stick with salt.
This guy says here, try to put yourself in as many socially awkward situations as possible. You'll be desensitized to it, which makes you more outgoing.
Just walk down the street with no
I
pants on.
don't disagree. You got to get the awkward out before you can be okay going out.
I
mean, the
theory, I like it, but also, like, I'm with Thrill. Like, unless you're making it awkward on purpose.
Right.
Yeah.
My thing is, just let it happen. You'll survive.
Right.
You know, trip on the sidewalk outside, blah, blah, blah. Actually, I will say I'm old enough. I don't care anymore. You know, all those little things, like, because it's happened. But I've never done it on purpose. I still try to avoid that, but it's going to happen.
Well,
Flies down, you know, whatever, man. Just like, okay.
Well, there are those of us that just happen to be awkward no matter what we do. We just try to have a simple conversation. We turn it awkward. So getting into more of those makes us learn how to avoid being awkward.
Or just get used to it, except, hey, I'm awkward.
Yeah. I try to do things that scare me. Certainly in front of
skydive.
Not that one. I don't need to overcome that. That's not the fear that I'm trying to overcome there.
Yeah, like I'm saying, I get it in theory. I don't know, just the way you read it first, it just was like, ooh, like I don't know.
I'm gonna go out shirtless,
or it just seems like I'm gonna go like somewhere where nobody likes me.
Right.
You already know this. It's stacked against you. Like, I'm going to go anyhow. Like
Right.
that. You're kind of asking for it.
Don't run from the socially awkward situation, I guess.
Yeah. There you go.
When you go to a restaurant where they bring you your drink in a cup or a glass, ask for no ice or for ice on the side. Often what they do is load your drink with ice so that it seems that if there's more in there.
Well, of course. Yeah.
Which.
Then the waiter knows you're cheap.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I think most of us figured that out in childhood.
Are you losing that
I
much?
know you're putting a ton of ice in there, but in the end, fine.
I think with a soda or water, that's fine. If you're trying it with a cocktail, it's like you're not going to get more than the ounce and a half that they pour in there.
Correct. And that's the whole thing, is that when they don't fall for your little ruse, don't give them grief for, like, what's wrong with the top half of that glass? Like, that's where I usually put the ice.
But, I mean, you see people do it, I don't know, 7-Eleven. You fill your own big gulp. Yeah. Some people still fill that bitch to the top with ice because that's how they like their drink.
Yeah. Correct.
People like me, I go about a third, right? But I'm also kind of a fast drinker.
Right. I have seen this one. Again, these are cheat codes that people have shared that they find work in real life. If you're driving in an unfamiliar car and you don't know which side the gas tank is on, anybody know the answer for this?
Look for the little arrow.
Yeah.
Exactly. So if you're in your car right now, look at your gas meter. The little gas sign that's there has an arrow on one side or the other, and that tells you what side your doggone gas door is on.
I will say, look, I don't care whether you know or not, because I always find joy when I see someone pull into the gas station, open their door, and you hear like, damn it, and then back out and turn the other way.
Correct.
I hate when it's on the driver's side, period.
Really?
Yes, because there's been a number of times where I almost end up hitting...
Oh, opening your door.
Right, just trying to open the door, and they put those stanchions there, and I get it. It's there to protect the gas pumps from people that are flying into the gas station, but at the same time, it's like, I can't get out.
I think sometimes gas stations should just make one entrance.
Yes.
Or have arrows.
In and out, yeah.
Because then you get people coming in separate ways, and it's like, I don't know who's right or wrong. I just know this is annoying.
There is no right or wrong. That's the thing. It is literally a free-for-all in there.
And if you're going to have a doggone diesel pump, can we put them on both the pumps that are in the line? I had an awkward situation where the pump was in the back of the two pumps.
All right.
I drive a diesel, so I stopped there, and I stopped short. Etiquette says you need to go to the furthest one that you can to leave room behind you.
Right.
So I stopped there, and the gal behind me says, "Hey, could you pull up there?"
No.
I was like, I need the diesel.
Sorry.
I need the D, baby. I know. I need that diesel, girl.
I need that green D. That green D.
Jeez,
How to make it awkward, Mike.
Yeah, looks are free, though. You could stay here and wait.
$5 a gallon.
Oh, my God.
That is kind of a bold. It's a manly thing to say, though.
I need the diesel.
Sorry, honey. Got to get this diesel in me.
Cheat codes. They say give yourself half an hour of downtime in the morning between being ready to leave and leaving, and your day will not feel so rushed.
I mean, if you have the time, it just kind of depends.
Some people you have to wake up early so that you can get all your stuff fit in there.
Well,
you don't want to
when school starts, you got to get the kids up for school. You have to make sure they're prepared to go to school, because God forbid they're going to do it.
Yeah.
So you got to prepare for school. By the time that is done, well, now I'm on the clock. I need to be at work by a certain time and a certain amount of things. I'd love to have 30 minutes of downtime. You just don't.
Right. I got to
actually in the
5:30
summer. It's been a little easier because the kids are half the time still asleep.
Yeah.
So I can relax a little bit. But yeah, once school starts, like it's not in the cards, man.
One thing I'll give to people that I have found in my life as far as concerning time: if you need to be somewhere at a specific time, before you leave and try to account how much time it takes, subtract the time that you need to be there by about 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Just because, yes, your car was in the parking lot at 4 p.m. Now you need to find parking. You need to get inside. You need to find what floor that you're on. You need to get up it. Give yourself another 10 minutes after arriving on the premises to then go through the bull of being on the premises. Cheat codes that work in real life. This person says, learn to cook. You will save money, eat better, and feel better. If you're terrible at cooking, there's only one way to get better. That's cook. Think of cooking not as a chore, but as something that is fun and that brings joy to other people and to yourself. And I swear by this. Grab yourself a cookbook that looks halfway decent, thumb through it, find 2 or 3 recipes in that giant doggone thing.
And once you learn the basics of anything, you can start to do everything.
Absolutely. On flights, if you're fighting for an armrest with a stranger, bring your arm, the one that's on the same side as the armrest that you want, up to your mouth and sneeze or cough, and then place it in the armrest.
Well, okay. I mean, sure, that will win.
Gosh.
Have we not established that the person in the middle gets both?
Right.
Actually, I read something today about that.
And some people don't get that.
Because you're relying on the kindness of other people. I don't know what you know about traveling. I would not rely on that. But the thing I was reading today, they said the middle seat's the best. One of the things they pointed out is you get 2 armrests. And then in parentheses, they're like, if you're dealing with cordial individuals. Like, right, I believe you should get it. I'm one of those people, I try to fly and be decent, but not everybody does.
I just feel like if I'm on the aisle, then when the cart's not there, I can lean out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I'm next to the window, I can kind of lean towards the window.
Absolutely.
So I just feel like the middle person is just, that's all they got. So
They're trapped.
They get both. To me, just like you get both armrests.
You know what you can do if you really want to be a douche about it? Lift both armrests if you're in the middle seat. Just pull down your tray table and rest your hands up there.
There you go.
Nobody gets them now.
If you feel,
that would be like a classic dad move.
Yeah.
Nobody gets them.
That's exactly what that is.
if you feel uncomfortable looking into somebody's eyes when they're talking to you, look at their nose instead. They cannot tell the difference.
Yeah, I do that sometimes.
That's probably something I need to
I think
do.
people just stare at mine.
I know.
Well, can't help it. It's everywhere.
Wow, it's huge.
I don't know why. I have a hard time with eye contact. I really do. And so maybe the nose trick is what I need to
It
do.
depends who's talking. Tell me what the situation is.
Yeah.
You know, the boss says I'm probably looking at their nose because I know they're pissed.
Right. And then I'll leave you with this last and final cheat code that people say that they that works in real life. Secretaries, tech support, and janitors, they are the true power in office buildings.
Yes.
Make friends. Remember birthdays. You can get anything that you need or go anywhere that you need.
We used to hook up the old IT guy back in Baltimore with drugs.
Oh.
Anything we needed to know, anything we needed done, like it got done.
Exactly. And truly get to know them. Truly make friends. Because they tend to be very, very nice people. And then,
they know everything.
That's right. Man, I wish I could. Hey, hang on. I got you. Click. A man fishing in Pennsylvania managed to catch something, but it was no fish, Miles.
What did he catch?
I'll tell you all about it at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50 in the meantime. Have we made it to drinking time?
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Good time it is. As usual, we head to the drink desk. And Steve will thrill hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast NASCAR driver Connor Zilsich, however you say his name. All you need to know is that he won a race at Watkins Glen on Saturday. And afterward, he climbed on top of his car to celebrate, which obviously is tradition. The crowd is cheering for him. Obviously, the doors can't open, so you slide out of that driver's side window like the Dukes of Hazzard. But in this case, as he's climbing to the top of his car, his shoes got caught in the netting that you find on your average NASCAR, and he fell off the top of his car. Keep in mind, he already had a glass of milk in his hand, bottle of milk in his hand. The crowd's cheering. He goes to get on the roof. Yeah, he fell off, slammed head first into the concrete below. It did not look good. He had to be wheeled off in a gurney. Obviously, the crowd's like, oh, no. Well, the good news is it was bad, but it could have been a lot worse. That evening, he did post an update. Says, quote, I'm out of the hospital, getting better already. Thankfully, CT scans for my head are clear. I just have a broken collarbone, and he goes on to thank the medics, etc. However, his dad, Jim, came over the top, and in my opinion, made the situation worse. They said, quote, the silver lining is pooping himself is no longer Connor's most embarrassing moment.
Jesus.
Thing is,
he won the race.
He won the race.
Correct.
Fell off the roof of the car.
It looked bad.
It looked really bad.
It looked horrible.
But then his dad's like, ho, ho, ho. Finally, we have a story better than the time he pooped himself. The problem is he didn't qualify that to explain, is this a story from childhood? Is this something more recent? We don't know.
Also, I would think, like, I'm glad his head's okay, but like, as a race car driver, it seems like you might need that collarbone.
Absolutely, man.
Like, you can't have your arm in a sling and still drive a car, I can't imagine.
That would be boss, but don't try it. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies.
Down the hola, bichola. Let's get a contestant on the line for Profile This. 206-803-ROCK. Profile This is next.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X-Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
No matter why your clients give, their donations can do so much more with a donor-advised fund from DAF Giving 360. They can donate cash, publicly traded securities, or other non-cash assets like real estate and even crypto, while recommending grants at any time. DAF Giving 360 can offer you over 25 years of expertise, bringing donors, financial advisors, and charities together to make a greater impact. Learn more at dafgiving360.org/advisors.
The school year is beginning, but don't settle for basic tissues when it comes to managing all the messes that come with it. From home to school and back, stock up with Kleenex Ultra Soft Tissues. Because back to school means back to sniffles and sneezes. Kleenex Ultra Soft Tissues are soft and absorbent to stand up against runny noses, to keep you and your family clean and comforted as the school year starts. This school year, make sure to get the classroom essential that teachers and students can rely on. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex. Visit Kleenex.com to learn more.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines non-stop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today and book your next adventure.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X-Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
Yes, Stephen Throwhill, could you please start going out? Profile This is played.
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story. Something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Chris. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola.
Hi, Chris. You understand how this here game is played?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. You have a choice today of one of 3 categories. Today, we offer you Hit Me With Your Best Shot, where you guess the unconventional object that someone chose to use as a weapon. Seriously, where you guess the petty conflict that led to violence. And finally today, Animalize This, where you guess the animal responsible for causing the problem.
Let's go Animalize This.
A pet named Goose Quick note, it is not a goose, but a pet named Goose has been captured in Massachusetts after leading authorities on a 2-week chase through 2 states. Goose, who escaped from a Webster home through a second-story window back on July 18th, was captured just this past Saturday and then turned over into the custody of a local foundation, which is a nonprofit that specialist organization that assisted with the search for Goose in the first place. Now, Goose had been spotted in the Little Pond area of Thompson, Connecticut. That's about 5 miles from where he escaped. That was on July 25th. That's a full week after the initial escape. Massachusetts Environmental Police later confirmed that he'd been seen back across the state border in Douglas, Connecticut. So he started in Connecticut, went to Massachusetts, and then came back to Connecticut. Now,
all right.
These types of animals are not legal to keep as pets in Massachusetts without special permits. And authorities said that the previous owner did not hold the required paperwork. Now, details of Goose's capture were not made public, but the foundation said he was taken into custody safely and will receive expert care in a specially designed permanent habitat. So the question for you, Chris, is what type of animal is Goose? Was Goose a monitor lizard? Was Goose an alligator? Was Goose an ostrich, or was Goose a boa constrictor? So monitor lizard, alligator, ostrich, or boa constrictor?
Oh, man. I don't know. What you think, Ted?
Goose.
I mean, it would seem hard for a boa constrictor to travel that far in 2 weeks.
Right, sure.
Well, I'm just like that's not long for other animals or a human, but getting from Connecticut up to Massachusetts and back down.
And keep in mind, based on where these cities are where they spotted Goose, the city in Massachusetts is only about 5 miles from the Connecticut border.
Chris, I'm going ostrich.
Oh.
So they said travel 5 miles to Connecticut and then came back. So it's only a 5 mile.
So it's only 5 miles.
Yeah. You said ostrich miles?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go alligator. Them guys can travel some ground.
I'm going to go monitor lizard. Bernie had a lizard. He kept it on the second floor.
They fast?
He had a beard.
On the second floor.
He had a bearded one.
What was a goose?
No,
a monitor
reptile.
A monitor lizard, an alligator, an ostrich, or a boa constrictor? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to The Men's Room.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With nonstop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X-Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Analyze this on profile. This pet named Goose. Captured after being on the run for, 3 weeks? Up in Massachusetts?
About a month, yeah.
Okay. Question is, what is or was Goose? A monitor lizard, alligator, ostrich, or a boa constrictor?
And Chris, that is the very question that we posed to you. Let us start with Miles Montgomery. You went with ostrich, which truly makes the most sense. No, it was not an ostrich. Chris, you went with the old alligator. It was not an alligator. Goose was not an alligator. D. Ted Smith, you went with the monitor lizard because your old roommate used to have a bearded dragon, also kept on the second floor, much like Goose.
Get out of here.
Correct.
Get out of here.
Monitor lizard.
Well, all right. I just figured it had to be that or the snake.
Why?
This is a second floor. Who's got an ostrich on a second floor?
Okay, that's not a bad call. When
Right?
you say it like that.
Same with
Yeah.
the I was just like, you specifically said second floor window, and I'm like, Miles, keep an ostrich upstairs? Wild, man.
Now for all TV news all the time, time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today. You got Seth Meyers. You got Stephen Colbert. The Jimmys.
Alvin Kimmel.
You have a guest host for Mr. Kimmel.
Who's guest hosting?
Nicole Bear.
How do I know her name? Anyway,
she's a comedian, actress.
All right, I'll Google her. I know her name.
Or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there. The title. These guys have teams of talented writers helping come up with the monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
Scientists have discovered.
Discovered?
You guys want some discovery? Scientists have discovered that cockatoos have about 30 dance moves and will dance just for fun. Wait, they do all this without alcohol, said white people?
Ted Smith.
Nicole Byer.
Ted Smith. Like, he's got 30 dance moves?
I read that too, man. It's crazy. And I guess based on the music you play, they will determine which dance they're going to do.
I call this one number 22.
It's chicken dance.
It's a chicken dance. AOL has announced its dial-up internet will be disconnected next month. And if you just said, it's time to schedule your colonoscopy.
Dang. Seth Meyers.
Fallon. Seth Meyers.
AOL has announced that next month it will discontinue its dial-up internet service. And if you just said, it's time to schedule your colonoscopy.
America Online has announced it will end its dial-up internet service next month. Who the hell is still using dial-up connection on internet in 2025? The Amish? Jeremiah, fetch forth the 56K modem. We got some cousins to marry.
Colbert.
Byer.
America Online has announced that they will end their dial-up internet service next month. Who the hell is still using a dial-up connection to the internet in 2025? The Amish? Jeremiah, fetch forth the 56K modem. We got some cousins to marry.
I mean, all great points. I mean, you hear about people like dumbing down their phones. Ain't nobody out here saying I'm dumbing down my internet.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly.
Very correct. Astronomers have discovered.
I'll do it. I feel like Rhode Island Red is here.
This is a TV Time with Ted.
Astronomers have discovered the oldest and most distant black hole, and it's the one that occurs right after you say, "I love you, Dad," and he says, "Hold on, here's your mother."
Seth.
Yeah.
Seth Meyers.
Astronomers have discovered the oldest and most distant black hole, and it's the one that occurs right after you say, "I love you, Dad," and he says, "Hold on, here's your mother."
That's good. Do me a favor, Mike. I don't think I have to set up this one. I know Miles and Thrill will know it already if you just hit that song I had to throw in there a little bit earlier today. Yep. Now, what's happening and what's happening now?
Mm-hmm.
I thoroughly enjoyed as a kid. I want
Absolutely.
to say I feel like what's happening came on like it was probably in reruns when I watched it, which also
rerun
was the best character on there.
I'm old enough that it was on prime time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when I watched it, it was just like whatever time I got home, that one was on. Again, fun song. I just thought that show was awesome. But unfortunately, Danielle Spencer, who was famous for playing Dee Thomas, What's Happening, she died at the age of 60, complications from cancer.
She was fiery.
She was awesome on that show.
You guys heard me at the desk laughing earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Like, people were just posting old clips, and it's like, hey, good for her as a child to be that good of an actress, but also the writing is just phenomenal. Like, she
was a great physical comedian. The look she would give, the way she'd stand. I mean, she was total tood.
Yeah, and it was really awesome. What's Happening, by the way, ran on ABC from 76 to 79. And then, of course, like I was saying, she redid the role for What's Happening Now before leaving Hollywood in the 90s to become a veterinarian.
All right. Yeah, I used to watch What's Happening every week. When it came out, my brother and I would sit there, and it was great, man. I don't know. I haven't seen it in so long. I don't know how it holds up, but my memory of it was that it was hysterical.
The main clip I was watching today was they were going to go see the Doobie Brothers.
That was a huge episode because the Doobie Brothers were actually on the show.
Correct. And the Doobie Brothers obviously are a band. They're mostly white. There is one black guy in that band, and they're like at practice, and she's like, well, you're going to do an interview. And she just walks up to the one black guy and goes, what are you, a half brother?
Yeah, no,
He's
Jesus.
like, well, we're like a band of brothers. I was just like, I was like, God damn. Like,
Actually, one line from that just went universal before things went viral. So the main character, Roger, bit of a nerdy dude, but the Doobie Brothers were there. And I don't remember who introduced themselves to him first, but the line was just, which Doobie you be? And I cannot explain, like, everyone at my school said it for like the next 2 years. That was the big thing. Which Doobie you be? Yeah, that's how stupid it was.
Yeah, and I haven't thought about that show in years, but obviously it's sad news, whatever. But yeah, I love that show. But I also watch What's Happening Now.
I didn't see that one. Never saw it.
To my knowledge, I don't remember it being that much different, except maybe when I want to say Rerun was still involved. Maybe Raj was a different character, and Dee was kind of the main character.
You had to have Rerun.
Shirley?
He was the guy. I think Shirley may have passed before What's Happening Now came out. Because remember, there was a spinoff called Shirley's Place or Big Shirley's Place, one of those two. Because she, like, I don't know, owned a shop or a restaurant or something. She was kind of a matriarch, but not actually anyone's mother.
Yeah, and I've said this before, but it's like I would joke around about, we used to watch a show called 227 as well.
Uh-huh.
That lady was just Jack Hay.
Jack Hay.
But I tell people that have never seen it, and they're like, you can't be serious. I'm like, yeah, that was the whole thing. And their building number was just 227. They all lived in it.
Yep. Everyone's just hanging out the window, getting involved in other people's business.
Anybody in here, has anybody watched The Waterfront yet on Netflix?
No.
No.
All right, so
what? Is it a documentary or?
No, it's a drama.
Okay,
but it's a crime drama. Basically, what I could tell, it's supposed to be kind of a rich family that runs like fishing boats in the South.
Okay,
I don't know. I don't think the town's real. It looks like somewhere like South Carolina or Georgia.
Sure.
You find out there may be some drug dealing involved.
Oh man!
And the dad, who used to be a part of it, he's pissed. Nobody told him, but his oldest son and the mom got into it behind his back. And now he knows. And the cops are down there. I like the storyline. I'm only an episode in. I started the second one. I'll try it. It just seemed a little contrived.
Okay, all right.
You know what I mean? It is, they say, well, it's gritty and this and that. I'm like...
But not done well enough to make you forget that it's fiction.
Correct.
Like, really good shows, like, this is fake, but in the moment you're watching it, like, you're fully invested.
Right, like Kevin Costner, like, you watch those first few seasons, you're like, he is John Dutton when you watch Yellowstone. This seemed like they kind of went, we need something kind of like Yellowstone, but not in the
water.
city.
Right.
That's basically what it seems, because they run a restaurant and everything now.
Okay.
They're kind of those people in the town. So, that was literally, I was watching, I was like, it's not bad. It just feels like somebody said, hey, I got it. Yellowstone on the water.
Boom.
And they went, all right, yeah, sure, we'll use it. The other big show that's just back now is Wednesday. Any Wednesday fans in here?
Yeah, I enjoyed the first season, I'll be honest. We sat down, my son and I watched the first episode of season 2, and I know things need a moment to warm up. I just wasn't feeling it.
Yeah. So you saw the stop motion animation?
Yeah. Well, Tim Burton is behind that, yeah.
Yeah. Took him 8 months.
8 months?
8 months.
God.
I mean, obviously, if you don't know what stop motion is, it's an animation style. It's as I say, very time-consuming process. Requires hand-built sets and puppets that are manipulated frame by frame. So it's so they're like, it could take a while. Took him 8 months to do that, right? And that was, 90 seconds?
If even that long. Yeah, it's just somebody's recounting something and they use that as the memory. I mean, think about it. What Rudolph was that.
Right.
But that was 1/2 hour.
But that was a full half hour. This was, again, like Ted said, about 90 seconds of showtime. And it was unnecessary.
Right. I want to say South Park, too. Like, that was part of the thing, was it just took a while. And then they either did it or something else. Or I know they have some story with stop motion where it's just like, Jesus, this is a pain in the butt to do. And it looks super cool if you could pull it off. And good for them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Tim Burton's a master at it, but he's still not doing it any faster than anyone else.
Correct. Everybody knows football season's around the corner. I will say, Netflix has a new series, too, called SEC Any Given Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
That one I'm obsessed with. Pumped for you a few of them this weekend. I'm probably going to – there's 2 left, so I'm saving them for tonight when I'm done podcasting. But, again, if you're a college football fan or nerd, it's just interesting seeing the behind – it's almost like a Hard Knocks for these college teams.
Sure.
But there's only one coach that comes off bad in my mind, and I already didn't like him, and that's Brian Kelly down at LSU.
Now, do you think he comes off bad because you didn't like him, or even if you were indifferent to him, he still comes off bad? Right, because sometimes, like, if you already don't like someone, you're just going to nitpick them to death. We all do it.
I will say this.
I don't like him either. That's why I'm curious to know.
So me and my brother, we have a very specific thing. We don't like him. But my other friend, who I don't think has heard us have this conversation, he just said, watch the first episode. Really cool. Brian Kelly comes off as a douche. And I was like, yeah. And he's just a little bit older than most of those coaches. And he's just more of that kind of red face, yelling and screaming kind of coach. Whereas, they also show I was talking about him early in the office. Shane, his dad was a coach at Tech for years. Beamer.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Whereas he's down at South Carolina. Their program's not nearly as good. They're getting there.
Yeah.
But, the football's family. They're doing this. They're looking at Brian Kelly, to his credit, it is a profession. And he even says, he's like, it's wild that my whole life, my house, my family is based on, 18 to 22-year-olds. He's like, but it's the life I chose and everything. He just comes off as that old school kind of coach.
Sure.
Which is just personally just I'm not a fan of. And then also I just think he gets a lot of hype for, those Notre Dame teams weren't that good. I generally don't like Notre Dame football. Marcus Freeman, that guy coaching Notre Dame right now, I think is awesome. I'd go play for him tomorrow if I wasn't old and out of shape. But yeah, Kelly just didn't come off good. But the other guys come off pretty cool and everything. And then it's just kind of funny. I was telling Mike as a Seahawks fan, it's just funny. Alabama's obviously the cream of the crop in that league most years. So it is weird seeing, I watched Jalen Rowe play last year, but seeing the highlights and seeing some of those defenders, God, he's so fast. Or, man, his arm's stronger than I thought. I'm like, good for the Hawks.
Yeah.
He's still probably a couple years away.
Sure.
But if you're into that kind of stuff, you like Hard Knocks, speaking of which, there'll be a new episode of that coming out tonight. But, like I said, everybody's got to get in camp, got to get a little warmed up. And then also, it's just fun seeing those guys kind of what different drills they're doing.
Yeah.
Seeing it and some of those guys, you realize, when you're playing that level, that's your whole life.
That's it. It's got to be.
Yeah. But pretty good show. So I'd recommend checking that one out. And then, football's coming around the corner, boys.
Yes. Thank you, Ted. You're listening to the Men's Room.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's Mike Hawk.
Our top story, we go to Pennsylvania, where a man made an interesting catch. While out fishing from his kayak, the man finally got a bite and reeled it in to find that it was not an ordinary fish. No. As it got closer to the boat, he was able to see that he had actually hooked an alligator.
How is that possible?
And he's up in Pennsylvania.
No.
Right.
It is a very popular lake for swimming.
He's like, this doesn't belong here.
It's one of the most popular swimming lakes in the area. I'm like, great.
All right.
Great.
The line broke and the gator fled in the water, but after making the report, the gator came to the attention of a sanctuary operator from Florida that just happened to be in the area at the time. He went to work and was eventually able to wrangle the 4-footer and take it back to Florida with him. Authorities believe that the animal was brought in as a pet that eventually outgrew his owner's ability to house it, and they just released it out there. Side note, you're a jerk.
Yeah, it's a gator, man.
Right. There's responsibilities to animals, and that includes responsibilities to your neighbors. Do not just let it go because you're afraid you're going to get in trouble.
You ever seen the cinematic masterpiece Lake Placid?
Of course.
Sir. So the whole thing is there's this giant alligator or crocodile. Super giant. But that's basically the whole thing is that somebody had left it there. It's in upstate New York. They've been feeding it. It shouldn't be there. So, I know gators get up to the Carolinas.
Yeah.
But you're telling me this guy walked all the way through Virginia and PA and Maryland to get up to.
Right.
I'm just annoyed. If you have an alligator as a pet, you can't put it in a lake.
No. Did you say you had not seen Lake Placid?
No, that's correct.
Watch it just for Betty White.
Correct.
Oh, just for Betty White. Okay.
She has one of the greatest lines that I cannot repeat here.
Yeah.
It is
probably her best role.
Oh,
I saw it in the theaters. We were like, oh, Betty White's a god.
Seriously.
All right, I'm in. In other news, we go to Nebraska, where a bad situation was made unnecessarily worse. Officers on patrol at 1 a.m. happened upon a truck hauling a flatbed trailer without any functioning lights. Always a good sign. When officers attempted to stop the truck, the driver initially refused to yield, attempting to turn down a few side streets before finally coming to a stop. Inside, officers found the driver, among other things, completely naked. When asked why he was naked, he said that it was hot and he's allergic to his own sweat. Okay.
All right.
He also admitted that his license may be expired or suspended, the latter of which was correct, and he was arrested. What's more is the 2 motorcycles that were being hauled on the flatbed were not his, and he'll have some charges for those as well as the marijuana that he had in the truck at the time of his arrest. Good work, buddy.
Again, as soon as I roll up, like, are you naked? Yeah, tased.
Right. He was just doing dabs in his truck as he's driving on down there. God, man. Like, what are we doing, man? I did like that. You know, he said that he had a dab pipe or something like that. Yeah. Dabs is a slang term for a way to ingest marijuana. I was like, oh, this is Nebraska. Okay. To Massachusetts, where trucks need to be a little bit more secured. A woman's surveillance cameras caught the moment that her truck was broken into by a bear that was wandering about the neighborhood. The bear got into the contents of the bed of the truck, mainly targeting the large bag of sunflower seeds that she was holding back there for whatever reason.
Sunflower seeds? Come on, bear.
Dude, they're great.
I mean,
you don't like sunflower seeds?
They're fine. I'm saying if it were Oreos, I'd be like, I get it.
Well, sure. He's a bear, man. He doesn't get much out there. He's like, oh, damn, sunflower seeds.
I feel like if a bear is going to break in my car with sunflower seeds, hopefully my door's at least unlocked.
Ooh, I'll have me a little chew and spit.
Then I'll eat sunflower seeds.
Yeah, I'll just suck all the flavor off of them and then hawk to No injuries nor significant damage was reported from the incident, and local Fish and Wildlife used this as an opportunity to remind folks to properly store and secure all food items to avoid unnecessary encounters with animals. The only time I've ever had to secure my food, I was in the Scouts, and we did this long hiking trip. Lake Ozette, I feel like is where it is. 3.5 miles from the parking lot to where we were camping.
Yeah.
And we had to put all of our food. This was a rough one for me. We had to put all of our food into these bear containers. And I put all my food in a bear container, hauled it all out there. 3.5 miles we hike in there. It is raining. It is miserable. I am not having a good time at all. The wind is blowing like crazy. This is the most miserable I have ever been on a camping trip. And I grabbed my food. All right, let's just have dinner. And I popped the thing open. I had grabbed the wrong one, and I had hiked the wrong one down.
Oh, dude.
So what was in it?
Nothing. It was just an empty one that I had grabbed.
Oh, my God.
Thank God somebody had picked up mine that I found later on. But it's like, damn it. It was icing on the cake. It was the knife going a little bit deeper in there. Like, nope, you don't get what you wanted.
It's going to suck.
Yeah.
I think it sucks already. Wait till it gets to the campsite. We could make it work.
I found your food. Open it up. Doggone dehydrated meals. That stuff's garbage. Down to Utah, where the criminals tell on themselves. A man was stopped by local officers after they noted his windows were tinted so much that they couldn't see the driver. People are still doing this. I don't know why. During the stop, they noted a nervous energy about the man, and the K-9 unit that they had deployed indicated toward the car. Yay, we have drugs. They conducted the search, and an investigating officer noticed that the man's demeanor would change depending on where they were searching.
Well, yeah,
he's just telegraphing, don't go there! You know? Getting increasingly nervous as they approached a cooler inside the vehicle. Oh, that's just a cooler, just has beer in it. Yeah.
Don't sweat it.
They open... no, don't worry about that.
It's just beer.
Just my shrimp. They opened up the cooler to find bags of shrimp inside, which also contained bags of methamphetamine. And now he's facing several charges.
The shrimp are like, we're partying here, man.
Right.
It's ours.
If you need to hire a mule, don't get your tweaky buddy that just can't sit still.
And don't over tint your windows.
For real.
If you're carrying drugs specifically.
I don't get why we're still doing that.
Jesus Christ, guys.
Because it looks cool.
I guess. One rolled in today.
And that's fine. But don't transport drugs. Because typically the over-tinted windows scream, I'm transporting drugs.
Right.
That's all.
And also it's a pain in the butt.
What's that now?
Well, my car is like a third-generation hand-me-down.
Yeah.
That was owned by guys in their 20s. So, like, my windows are tinted, like, right there on the legal limit.
Right.
And, like, sometimes when I'm making a left tonight, I got to roll down my damn window.
Oh, that's
it's so dark.
So they can see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can see where I'm making the left.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
We had one roll through today where the windshield was tinted.
That seems insane.
Like, come on.
I
man.
don't think that was ever legal. I know state by state it's a matter of how much tint.
Right. Because you can also like have the strip up top or something like that on some of them. But yeah, every time I see the windshield being tinted, I'm thinking, how is that not off already?
And what can I buy from you?
Yeah. But just in case those stories left a bad taste in your mouth,
Thankfully, there's good news.
we go to Alabama for another animal rescue mission. Authorities got a call about a coyote that was spotted with its foot stuck in a tree. They did what they could. It was one of those trees where a lot of different shoots are coming out from up top, and it was kind of stuck in a little V shape in there. They did what they could to calm the animal before working to free it, eventually using a shovel to pry the two brambles apart to finally free the animal. He scampered away and did not appear to have suffered any significant injury. Hooray. It happens again. Men's Room Sports. The Mariners had a weekend for the books after sweeping the White Sox here at home to finish out last week. They hosted the Rays and once again walked away with a 3-game sweep. 2 sweeps in a row. Well done, boys, putting them just 1 game back of the Astros for the division and a solid game and a half in the lead for the wild card. The Houston Astros are currently playing against the Boston Red Sox. This is very good for us because we are in fight for both. So anybody who loses, we gain a little bit more ground. So I am all in favor for this one. The Mariners are currently in Baltimore for 3, and that game is underway over en route with about 2 to go. So let's go, boys. As far as your weather, we've got a few passing clouds bringing temperatures down to about 63 overnight. Should be a lot cooler tomorrow as we're expecting partly cloudy skies and a high right around 74. That is it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawk is out.
Thanks, sir. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time for the return of Who Sucks Less. The lovely Jolene's coming up next.
Yes, indeed. It's all true. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines nonstop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today and book your next adventure.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X-Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
So I made the new Eggo protein waffles the other day for my kids, and they couldn't believe how good they tasted, or that they were packed with protein. They have the same great Eggo taste we all know and love, plus 20% of your daily protein. They seriously taste amazing. Whether it's part of your breakfast before school or a quick bite before practice, new Eggo protein waffles and pancakes are an easy way to keep everyone happy. Head to your local grocery store to fuel your morning with Eggo protein waffles and pancakes, available at retailers nationwide.
The school year is beginning, but don't settle for basic tissues when it comes to managing all the messes that come with it. From home to school and back, stock up with Kleenex Ultra Soft Tissues. Because back to school means back to sniffles and sneezes. Kleenex Ultra Soft Tissues are soft and absorbent to stand up against runny noses, to keep you and your family clean and comforted as the school year starts. This school year, make sure to get the classroom essential that teachers and students can rely on. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex. Visit Kleenex.com to learn more.